of showcasing your business, doing a commercial, and running it on my show for a couple of months, as well as promoting you on other social media sites. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, DM me right now and type in the comments, I am interested. And let's talk. Let's talk about your business. Let's showcase your business. The votes are in. Join us for our Viral Creator Support Team meeting Sunday, August 8th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom. You must be subscribed to me, and you also must connect with me via IG for the Zoom link. You want to be in the building. You do not want to miss this. At the end, everyone will drop their link and subscribe to everyone. Okay, guys, I am headed into the post office to see what I got in my P.O. box. What could it be? What could it be? It is my handy dandy make this go viral tumbler. It's cute. Make this go viral. Make this go viral. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Make This Go Viral. And I'm sorry I am late. Originally this was set for 11 o'clock, but I have struggles with going live. I talk myself out of it often. That is one of my biggest struggles. But because I prefer not to go live. But I'm here. And thank you for the people in the building. You can speak. How are you? So we are going to talk about part 3 of 3. Don Wells and his phone conversation with Chris of the interview room. Now, I was in there last night, but of course I fell asleep. So I got I think I watched a good portion of it, and it started off like they didn't even waste no time getting to the action, okay? So we're going to skip, because I think I still got to complete part 2. But we're going to skip on to the juice. We're going to keep it rolling. So no more delays. Here we go.
So Chris, if you can hear, we lost you, buddy.
We lost Chris.
Well, while we're waiting for Chris, hey, it's good to be with you guys.
We're going to read this right quick.
As you've seen so far, the Don Wells statement has revealed quite a bit, and you've seen the words are pretty powerful, and the words reveal more than anyone thinks that they will, and that's the golden nugget of our what we do as analysts, investigations. Going into any statement, this is the holy grail of knowing how to break down what they say. And man, I can't stress how much of a difference it made in my law enforcement career, and it's still making a difference in the cases that I assist law enforcement with, and other.
Sorry if I'm making y'all
and private other investigators. It's just unbelievable tool. What we're doing here with Chris, Chris's interview with Don Wells was a fantastic interview, and
there we go.
Don doesn't realize it. Well, he does now, but he didn't realize it then that he really revealed a lot more than he revealed a lot about himself. There's Chris.
I got knocked out of my own the beginning here, so I apologize for that. Anyway, hopefully this will hold up. Take it over, Steve. Keep running, whatever you were saying.
Well, I will in a minute, but go ahead, do your thing. It's your crew. It's your crew.
Oh no, this is it's great having you here, buddy. It's good to see you.
It's always great to be with you. You're a top-notch individual, so anytime I can hang out with you, I'm a little bit better. So anytime.
Well, you're
all this bromance going on.
And hello, everybody. It's good evening and aloha. Welcome to the interview room, part 3. And boy, we've got a lot to cover tonight. Let me get set up here because I got knocked out just for a second. Whoops, there it goes again. Whoop, it's back. All right, let's see what's going on here with my internet. But I'm going to share. So, Steve, tonight we're going to do part 3 of our the call with Don, and also I've got another call that I want to play. Now, this call is from Don. He called me again, but this one, I got to be honest with you, it's interesting. Okay, it's interesting. Now, there's a couple of words here that I need to make sure that it doesn't go over, YouTube. So I may have to stop, and then I'm going to read through it, and then I'll play it again. But it's only a 3-minute call, and I'm going to let me get in here, set it up. Okay, so this was a call from Don, another one, and I'll just let it play. We don't necessarily have to, break this one down in totality because I think it's going to be pretty obvious. Okay. So
let's hear it.
Tell me if you can hear it once I start playing. Okay. And Steve, if you can give me a thumbs up that you're hearing it on your side.
You bet.
Okay. You ready? All right. Here we go. What did I lie about? Oh, one other thing, you'll hear Candace yelling as well.
Hmm.
What did you twist? Okay, what did I lie about? Tell me what I lied about. I said it's your stepsister. I guess my niece. Chris never said you raped her. Well, that's her video. That's not mine. So what does Trish's statement have to do with me? But because I watched her statement, and I wanted people just like you to know the truth.
So he's mad because I guess Chris played Trish's video on his channel. Is that what he's saying? I know she was on another channel and came out, and I'm still yet to see that. How you doing, John Q? I'm still yet to see that video of Trish, but Don called him going off, accusing him of things that he didn't do, sounds like. But let's finish. Why is everybody making up this allegation? Please. He admitted it.
How old are you? How old are you?
She initiated it. At 5 years old?
Just went along with it? How old?
So he said she initiated it. He was a kid. He didn't know no better, but she was only 5 allegedly, and he was a teenager. Because I just watched one of his lives on somebody else's channel that he did about 12 hours ago, and he said he was a teenager. So how does a 5-year-old initiate a freaking relationship? And I mean, this, you know what? This guy has gotten away with this for so long that is normal to him. He's normalized this. That's what I see. Hey, Hawkeye. Hello, Miss V, MTGV. What's up? You're looking extra pretty today. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Jaden. How are you? What the heck? And hey, Cisco. I don't know if Cisco is still here, but was definitely the first one in the building when I wasn't even here. So thank you guys. Thank you all for coming in to hang with me for a little bit. Much appreciated. John, I want to do a show with you one day. I really do. He can't remember because he was a kid, but he can remember how he felt and all of this stuff, right? He won't answer that question for nothing, and he knows. That lets you know that he know that it was wrong. Like, why would I wouldn't even see this guy? Why would you even call him argue on any point when you know you was guilty of what they're accusing you of? What?
I'm asking you how many years different.
He won't answer. So he can remember that it happened 40 years ago, but he can't remember how old he was. He lying. Exactly. He justifies and believes his own lies. He remembers it to be a relationship with a stepsister though. This man just said that she initiated it. Whether she was 5 or 7. How do you initiate that? That's sick. He said all the times he was in prison, she could have called and got him charged with rape, but nobody did anything. We all know victims don't speak up. And then it sounds like a family that even if you did speak up, you might get put out or you might be exed from the family. So because they wanted daddy's love so bad, they kept their mouth shut, is what it sounds like to me. Allegedly. But that is what it sounds like.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little ruckus here. Candace says you're an effing idiot. He says we all make mistakes. You act like you're Mr. Perfect, like you ain't done an effing thing wrong in your life, and that's a lie. And then I say, okay, what have I done wrong? You know my life, so tell me what I've done. I know what Christ says, and he says that everybody has sinned. So tell me you haven't sinned. I'm a sinner. Tell me. So then he goes, tell me.
Yep.
He says, so tell me.
That's his way of thinking. He's smarter than everybody, John. He'd know the answer. He remember, but on that other show I listened to, that it was posted about 12 hours ago. I mean, he admits to it. He said he was a teenager when it happened. I didn't know no better. Boy, what? That's how most souls justify it, by blaming the victim and shaming them into guilt so they feel responsible. Yes, he's doing this in front of everybody. We hear him. You know we hear you, right, Mr. Groomer, allegedly.
Tell me nothing lie. I'm a sinner. I say, I agree with you. And then he says, yeah, you are a sinner. Don't effing lie to me. I find it interesting he's talking about Christ while dropping the F-bomb on me.
He's talking out both sides of
You
his
ain't
mouth.
no better than me, effing you. And he goes, F you. And then this was the most interesting part.
What?
He'll do everything he can to slander my name. So that's how I want to start tonight's show. Which, you know, I think somebody's coming off the rails here. And so let me switch now to the call that we're here. And Steve, while I do that, give me your assessment of what you just heard there while I switch over.
Yeah, well, let's just call out the audible here. Summer, the 5-year-old Summer Wells is missing. This is his daughter.
Oh yeah. Let's speak about that because I got pissed off yesterday when Candace got all emotional about Hunter's lying allegedly. And look how emotional he is about this. He didn't even has he ever been this excited when he's been talking about his baby girl? Hey Buddha, welcome. Has he ever been this upset or excited about Summer? Find me a video, please.
Not one mention about Summer in that whole phone call. He's upset about a SA with his stepsister or niece, or I'm not sure which one or both. That's what his concern is, not Summer, and she wasn't mentioned once. So anything that we have mentioned in the last 2 episodes about Summer he was not concerned about that. The only thing that he was concerned about was this SA thing, and I found that obviously very telling. It's his concern is not on Summer, and that's where it should be.
Yeah, which kind of leads us into
you ain't that late, Buddha.
I thought the fact that he kind of came off the rails on that.
I'm late
without mentioning Summer. I mean, you would have expected him to just kind of come unglued on me about Summer. And instead it was about the allegations that his family has made about them. And he, so the fact that he also says that a 5-year-old initiated SA just blows my mind. I mean, his daughter's wearing a Paw Patrol, jammies, and I don't know.
This man is blaming a kid at his age. So when you get away with something all your life, you start normalizing it and actually feeling like it's okay because you've gotten away with it for so long. So a person has gotten away with it for so long, and then when something goes wrong, like it could have happened with Summer, we don't know, but something could have got wrong, so you got to get rid of all evidence. But I just don't understand the part about why he would even feed the predators to us, because he's the one that set that narrative. He's the one that said it was a bunch of them around this area, somebody could have snatched her up and all that. So if he's one of those people, why would he give us that person? I wouldn't even want to talk about that, but hey, I guess that's part of being a narcissist and an idiot.
So it's kind of a unfortunate segue into tonight's third part, because really this is where we get down into the meat and potatoes of what his first statement was, and now the second statement. This actually makes the first statement even stronger.
Sure does. I agree.
So Steve, I'm again, if
it
you're
is.
new with us
It's
here
a lot, Buddha.
You're just joining us. First of all, thank you for being here.
Every second.
Steve and I are grateful. The interview room, I mean, we try to bring you the most, clear-cut, truthful pieces of any type of true crime that we can, report on. And this is one of those channels that, we're not going to run around with speculation and all this other stuff and hocus pocus. point people in the eyes and all this other stuff. If it's true, it's true. And that truth sticks for itself. And when you hear it from the person who said it, you can't get any better bingo card than that.
Right. Yeah.
It's as clear as day. And
I really believe that the cops, Buddha, see everything that we see, but they want enough. They really want to be led to Summer. I mean, that would make sense to me that they want them to keep talking so they can figure out what's really going on. They already said a long time ago that they was watching everything on social media. And it's like they turned up and started getting in front of everybody's camera after that. Like they're watching. They could be watching my little video. You know what I'm saying? They literally said they're watching. So keep talking.
You know what I mean? So that said, we want to thank all of our mods for being here. Miss Sophia, our leader, Maui Girl, Mimi J2, Four Sons Mom, Mrs. TJ. Thank you so much for everything you do. And if you're new to our channel,
I really don't have to hold this.
Thank you so much.
It ain't even let us
we're
see.
grateful that you're here, and that's the only reason we do this is because of you, our subscribers, and our members. And hopefully, we're able to support law enforcement and victims' families through these types of tragic events with our experience. So that said, Steve, and also guys, if you're not familiar with Steve Johnson, he is a forensic statement analyst as well as a forensic writing analyst. He's one of the best in the world. He trains law enforcement all around, internationally as well as nationally in the U.S., etc., Europe, you name it, he'll do it. And his links are going to be below at the end of this as we go along here.
Y'all just got to look at me.
You're going to learn something pretty cool because every time I listen to him,
thank you, Buddha.
I certainly picked up something more. So, Steve, I'm going to follow your lead. We left off at 2637. You do the stop-start, and we'll go from there. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, that sounds good. We've got a lot of ground to cover, so I think we'll just pick the I'll just stop you on the most obvious sections. I know there's a lot of people listening that have some statement analysis training, and you're going to say, well, what about this and that? There's going to be little things, but I'm going to pass over some of the less significant things, and we're just going to focus on that which is most significant, so that
hey, TJ
to make the most of our time that we have here tonight.
And hi to I think I spoke to Sky and everybody here.
The chat down if there's a way, we'll do that. And if not, please be respectful of our mods and one another here. We're grateful that you're here, but please treat each other with kindness. Okay, that said, here we go.
Let's get into the bullshit.
Different than you, though, right? Did you?
Yeah, but I did. Yeah, I looked everywhere also. Yes.
And what about the door?
I don't remember. I do know that the boys, we cuss them because they just leave it wide open all the time.
Right.
Man, you gotta keep that locked or shut, and they just don't listen.
Yeah, for context.
Chris, I'm going to stop you right. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go. You go.
Hey, Miss Nisi, how are you?
What I was going to point out, and I'm anxious to hear what you had to say
Welcome.
about that, was
thanks for coming through.
Number one, he's normalizing this, that dorm is normally left open, and why? He's blaming the boys. He cusses the boys all the time. But
I promise you, he blamed everybody for everything. It's never him.
The
Never.
narrative.
Hold on, y'all.
It's necessary for that to have. It's one of the theories of how she could be abducted, among all the other things that had to align perfectly, which in my opinion is the chances of all that aligning is I mean, you have a better chance of being struck by lightning than to have everything align in order for that to happen. But this is narrative is necessary for his narrative.
Yeah, and the other piece I was going to say, Stephen, for context, Candace in her statement says that the boys were locked in the house, nobody in, nobody out.
Oh.
So
okay,
that means the door downstairs had to be locked. And now I think as this narrative has, continues to create itself, okay, that it's now gone from, well, it could have been, I don't really remember, and now he's been saying, Don's been saying, no, the door was open. Okay, so, that's their opinion.
It keeps changing.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
It keeps adapting, like you pointed out.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, yeah, he did some doozies over the last since the last video, but we'll see where that goes. But let's keep going. You ready?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Could Summer open that door?
I would say so, yeah.
How many times you can see her open it if she knows?
I don't know, but she's pretty intelligent for her age. She's real intelligent, very smart, very agile.
Yeah, Miss Robbins said that too. So one thing I have picked up, Steve, since we've been doing this, and every time he's asked a hard question that may have a connection to potentially somewhere in the middle, the truth, he answers, I don't know. Okay? Or I don't remember, like you pointed out the other day. Okay? And that became really apparent when all I was asking him on that last phone call is how old was she? Okay? And how old were you? And he kept trying to deflect the question with, I don't know, I don't remember. And here we see it here when I asked him about the door. Okay? He says, how many times have you seen her open it if you know? I don't know. Okay? That again, he keeps coming back to that. Am I missing something on that? What's your way in there?
No, you're spot on, and you've identified his pattern. One of the aspects of his pattern. We've identified a couple of them as we've gone through. And so you're spot on. And here's how you know that that's deception. When that's part of his deceptive pattern to say I don't know, because what he's doing now is he's giving you he didn't just stop there and say I don't know. Now he's going to explain how that could have happened. I don't know, but that's one of those words that most of us, we just gloss right over. It's an invisible word. It comes out of our mouth and our brain effortlessly. And what does it do? It refutes or minimizes what came before it and what makes what comes after it more important. And what comes after it, it's an explanation as to how that could have happened. Yeah, Summer could have opened that door because she's pretty intelligent for her age. She's real intelligent, very smart, very agile. And so he explained it. He gave you an explanation as to why that could have happened. It wasn't enough. He was feeling stressed because you identified, no, this is what it was. It was one of those questions that put the fear in him, the stress in him, and now he had to explain it. It wasn't good enough for him just to say, I don't know. And if that really was the case, Chris, he's done. No other explanation needed. Just, I don't know. And if he's telling the truth, the truth stands tall and strong, and it needs no explanation. And yet, I would be curious to go back, and now that you've identified that, every time he says, I don't know, I bet he follows up, just like he did here, with explanation as how it actually could have happened. And that's a telltale sign that this is extra stressful for him, so much so.
Nope, it's the second time.
Explain and persuade that this could have happened.
That I know of.
Very good.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, she loves to run. I could be running my lawnmower and she would just run behind me constantly the whole way, nonstop. The boys would be running.
Hey, Tracy.
And she would be right behind them all the way, over and over around the house, just nonstop. Plenty of energy.
Would she chase them?
It is, Niecy.
Well, she'd just be running behind them laughing. She would, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Like
just having fun.
Like little kids do.
Yeah, she don't even need a bike or motorcycle.
I'm so sorry,
So tell me
Buddha.
more about her
I
personality.
lost my cat recently, too. Very painful. I found her dead.
twirl till my arm just about give out. She loved to do that. And
Back in October.
Rock and roll music or whatever music, and she looked at some Godzilla. I had it saved on my phone. Everybody put me down for that. But for something about Godzilla, she just liked. She always said, "Well, he's a nice monster. He gets all the bad monsters. Takes care of all the bad monsters." So
if they only knew, right? If little kids only knew. And so
please hit the thumbs up, everybody.
Pull up.
Subscribe if you're not.
What was Grandma doing?
Just kind of standing there dumbfounded, if I remember right.
You can tell he don't like the mother. He might not like no damn body. But 5-year-olds, allegedly.
She's the reason I got arrested and charged the way I did, because she told him I put real bullets in a muzzle loader. And that was 10 years mandatory.
Thank you, Buddha.
Tell me about that.
Well, when I come back from Utah, I was trying to move my family to Utah. I've always knew that something was going to happen to someone. Something in my gut has always told me, and I've always told Candace, watch her closely. That's my baby. Do not let nothing happen to her. I told her that all the time.
What brought you to that?
This is incredible. So I'm going to back up just a little bit and then come back to what he just said. You asked him when you pull up and you see Grandma, what?
Candace is a liar too. You know what I'm saying? Her story changing just as well as Don. Callie Calm, I'm sorry, pets are a part of the family. My dog of 12 and rarely gets out of bed. My dog is 12. Oh, wow. Man, I said I'll never get another pet because that just, I was sad as heck. I was sad. I could cry right now, so I'm going to quit talking about it.
What's Grandma doing? And he says, just kind of standing there dumbfounded.
Thank you, Tracy.
If I remember right. That is not what, he's kind of throwing Grandma under the bus right there. That is not what a grandma would do when her 5-year-old granddaughter is missing. And so he's implying that she wasn't doing anything, that he's the one that was doing everything. He's building himself up and throwing others under the bus. And then he says, she's the reason I got arrested and charged because she told the cops that I put real bullets in the muzzle loader, and that's 10 years mandatory, no bond. He never denied putting real bullets in that muzzle loader, and I've never heard that, but he's blaming it on her. And this is another pattern that I've seen throughout his interview with you, is that he's constantly blaming others and puffing himself up. And so he's doing that here with Grandma as well. It's always someone else's fault for that I went to prison because of her, because of Grandma, because she told him the truth that I had bullets in a muzzle. I don't know how that works. I don't know how you do it, but I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. I'm not quite sure, but anyways, blaming her for sure.
Yeah, it seems to be a consistent pattern, and it sounds like, I'm in his circle now based on the last call. The very last statement he says, I'll do everything I can to slander you. Okay, get in line. We've been doing this since, forever, right?
Yeah.
Imagine how many times I've heard that. Go ahead.
That's part of the whole revenge theme that we've seen throughout this conversation, and I remember you've called out this revenge thing a couple times, and it's just part of that theme. Yeah. So let's get to this part here. Go ahead.
Okay, Sean, I'm going to go back to this question. What brought you to that thought? Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you to that thought?
I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know what it was. I just always had this feeling.
Wait, hold on. Hold up, Chris.
Okay.
I want to go back just a little bit before we lose it.
Okay.
I want to go back to this statement because I don't want to miss this. This is important, I think, because you asked just prior to that, you were saying he was blaming this on grandmother about the muzzleloader thing, and he's saying, that's 10 years mandatory. And you said, tell me about that. And he said, well, when I come back from Utah, I was trying to move my family to Utah. And then out of the blue, I don't know where this came from, but it's like a total different context. There was something that triggered this, and I haven't quite put my finger on this, of what triggered this, but he says, I've always knew that something was going to happen to Summer. Something in my gut always told me. Who says that? I mean, just in this context, where did that come from? Okay, so he's foretelling, he's laying the foundation that it was meant to be, that something was going to happen to Summer, that it was just kind of in the stars that something was going to happen to her. And then look what he does here. And I've always told Candace, watch her closely. That's my baby. Do not let nothing happen to her. I told her that all the time. So what he's doing is saying, I knew that something was going to happen to Summer on Candace's watch. Nothing else. He's blaming this on Candace. And I'm going to now refer back to a statement that he said earlier in the interview that we covered in one of the last two segments. He said, when he's describing the suspect, whoever's responsible for Summer, he said, somebody put her in, her meaning Summer, put Summer in
who says
her
that?
car and took her not too far away. So he identified in his mind the suspect is a female. And we've seen throughout this subtle finger pointing to Candace. And we're going to see more of it as we continue on here. But in the last two segments, if you go back, all of you that are watching, if you haven't seen those, there's this subtle finger pointing and blaming of Candace, and that's what he's doing here.
I don't know. He is quite a bit older than her, but I don't know. She don't appear to be a fragile person to me. But I mean, maybe she could be to have a guy like that in the first place. But she's a part of the lie and the cover up. So I don't feel sorry for her at all. I don't. I feel sorry for Summer and those boys to have to live under the conditions that their parents put them in. I blame the parents. Totally.
That
Both
I always
of them.
knew it was going to happen on her watch. It's her fault.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting. And I think for our listeners too, Steve, I think, folks, what we need to remember, there are two issues here. The first is Summer's disappearance. That's number one. The second is the SA allegations that came out of the statement. Those are two separate issues. Okay? The second could have an impact on the first. We don't know yet. Okay? The authorities are obviously working this case. But with Steve here, and we're breaking down these, his statement. These are not our words. These are his words.
8:45.
And all we're doing is analyzing the totality of his statement.
Packing for a trip.
So
Have fun.
I think it's
safe
relevant
travels.
to understand that the nuances in this case could help find Summer. And so we really appreciate your support and everybody, being here tonight to listen to this, because this could make a difference, a huge difference. Okay? So that's an amazing point, Steve, that it sounds like he's connected a female into this particular scenario, and it sounds like he's connected Candace.
Oh, wow. Dang, Tracy.
Yeah,
sorry
absolutely.
about that. Sorry to hear that.
To your point.
Interesting. It's his perception of reality.
Oh,
that's what we get from his words. We just apply the principles when we break these statements down. We unpack it with the principles and we just apply it the same way every time. And it's what he tells us. And I said in the beginning when we started these segments, I'm going to believe him. I'm going to believe what his words tell me, because I'm applying.
Ain't nobody putting words in his mouth.
His words that always reveal
Little girl.
the truth. And so it's just like you said. It's his words. It's his language. And all we're doing is applying the principles to break it down. And this is what we have left is he's giving us his perception of reality. He's recalling as he's talking to you.
Thank you, Buddha. Right back at you.
According to his perception of reality of
right
what
back at
actually
you.
happened, and that's what we're getting.
Yeah, and when he said it, to be honest with you, I had this aha moment where I was like, why is he saying, as a parent, you know something was going to happen to her? Right? I mean.
Exactly, John. We got to go with the evidence.
You should be thinking about college.
Exactly.
How do I get this girl to college?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they also was probably, I don't know this, but I don't know who the last person Rose was with, but they're common denominators to that too, because they're family. And I don't know, John, have you ever heard that Rose was raising Candace's kids at the time? I don't know how true that is because I didn't hear no report, but I heard rumors.
As her father.
Yeah.
So you want me to keep moving, buddy?
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know she was just going to get accidentally run over. I didn't know what it was.
Did you think she would be kidnapped?
Never. Not like that.
Okay.
No.
Maybe he always knew something was going to happen to her because of his tendencies. Maybe that could be why.
I just knew it was something. I just had this intense love for her. I think she knew something.
He even said it right after that. He happened to Summer, allegedly.
I'll tell you something. I think I don't know if you believe in guardian angels or what, but there's something. There's something.
So this is the other pattern that I've noticed about him, and we just heard it. He can cuss you out. Well, claiming that, God is, there with him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just heard him F-bomb me left and right. And, but in this case, he now is going to bring in guardian angels because he knew something was going to happen. I think she knew something too. Well, what is that all about?
Come on,
Steve?
man.
Well, here's the context of that. I was going to pass it up, but I'm glad you stopped because I was kind of wanting to explain to dig into this one. He just said, just knew it was something. And then he says, I just had this intense love for her. So, Chris, you have never told me that you have an intense love for your wife, for your kids.
What's understood don't need to be explained.
Because I know they're your loved ones, and I have loved ones myself, and I have intense love for my wife. I have intense love for my kids, for my grandkids, and I don't need to tell the world that I have that intense love for them. I just do, and I don't need to tell the world because everyone out here has a family, and everyone has this bond with their family, their kids, and loved ones, and it's intense, and it doesn't need to be stated. Who has a need to tell the world, to tell someone else that they have an intense love for their kid? Well, it's someone that needs to convince. It's someone that needs to build themselves up. He's portraying himself as a really good father that has this intense love for her. Chris, it's wrong, and it tells me that there's something under the surface that is severely wrong. This statement right here brings me full circle back to the essay, and it kind of turns my stomach a little bit.
That's crazy, man. I know he wasn't trying to do that, y'all.
To me, is, if I didn't have that
Straight
essay
pedo.
in the language, I wouldn't be as concerned about this. But he says this, and then what gets me is he says, in that context, I think she knew something too, and it's implying that Summer had the same type of feelings towards him that he had towards her. Now,
that is the fantasy of a freaking pedo, to actually act like the person that you're abusing is enjoying this. Come on.
I have daughters, and my daughters, a couple in particular are daddy's girls, and they, that's just the way that it works out. And that's the case with every family. He has a different context. He has a different type of love we've seen in prior language, and so this is what concerns me. And he's kind of putting it. There's a couple different things happening here. It's in association with this. I think she knew something too, so he's connecting that up with this intense love, and he's also implying that Summer may have known that she was going to die, that something was going to happen to her, which absolutely makes no sense to me. What 5-year-old knows that they're going to die? It doesn't make any sense. So
it's chilling. It's chilling.
It is chilling. It's absolutely chilling, and it needs to be paid attention to.
Yeah, and by the way, also for our viewers, if this is a trigger for you, we're getting into some pretty sensitive stuff, and I want to be sensitive to you and considerate of you survivors and folks that you have experienced a traumatic SA experience. Please consider coming back later if you have to. We completely understand. I'd rather have you safe and feeling comfortable than.
I was in here for a great bit of it. I was up there throwing up the buses and everything, because he really has been throwing Candace under the bus, like pretty much this whole time.
Listening to these two guys here, right? Me and Steve. So please take care of yourself first, okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Steve?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, bud.
So you get back. So walk me through that incident, because I know that was the one that you got arrested, right? Yeah. Well, so I get back from Utah. Candace tells me.
Where's everybody from in the chat? I'm curious. Put where you from, guys. Y'all quiet.
She didn't tell me he was gay and all this and that. She wanted me to come back. So of course I'm mad. I'm coming across the United States 110 mile an hour average in that little truck.
110 miles an hour.
That's some intense anger coming across the United States at 110 miles an hour average. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
Ticket to prove it, but anyways, he didn't take me to jail. I told him I was suspended. I told him what's going on, and he says,
"See what I'm saying?"
He gave me a big break.
Now he said that the cop, I guess he got pulled over, but they didn't take him to jail. He has gotten passes all his life, and his dad has been covering for him all his life, allegedly, according to the sister. I mean, she didn't say it in those words, but that's exactly what he did.
Well, man, you gotta get there alive, but he was really cool. And so I come on and get there. And
thank you for putting the whole thing, Salinas, California. I've never heard of that. Baltimore.
Candace had told him I messed around on him.
Is this Maryland and Pennsylvania?
I told him, I regret it. There's a big mistake I ever made with her. Messed around on her at one time, but they started jumping on me, her and Candace and him. I was going to hit him in the head with a beer bottle. It was full of beer, but at the last second, I just threw it to the wall. Is this that Jose guy?
What you talking about, Buddha? You said they found the son, but still not the daughter. Miami Shore, Florida. Washington. That's what's up. I'm in Ohio. Michigan in the building. Okay. You close to me then.
Yeah, so I had all three of them jumping on me, you know. Right. Yeah, the Jose guy, her, and Candace's mother were all jumping on me. The cops got called. Candace.
Now, see what I'm saying? Like, this part is what makes me think Candace ain't fragile. I mean, she ain't scared of dying. She's sitting up here pushing her husband. This coming out of his mouth. Another man is in their house that she called him over and she allegedly called down and got him home. And he comes over there and beats up the guy or fight the guy or whatever. And the whole time Candace is pushing him. Dude, that don't sound like a scared person to me. But I mean, to each their own, I guess.
Cops got called, and that's when her mother's, said, well, he's got a gun in the glove box. I says, well, it's just a muzzle loader. I mean, I'm allowed to have a muzzle loader. She says, yeah, but he puts bullets in it.
Now, how far is that from Bakersfield? Did you say like 30, 45 minutes?
Well, she was pushing me. She kept pushing me. Jose would say something like, I remember the one thing he said is, once a cheater, always a cheater. Because his wife left him and cheated on him, so he's taking out me at this point. And every time he would say something, she would push me. He'd go say something else, she'd push me again. I never hit her or nothing, but the last time she pushed me, I pushed her out of the way, and I was going to hit him with a beer bottle, and she fell. I didn't even realize she fell.
I see that you messaged me, Buddha, but I'm on the phone that you're messaging. I'm using it to stream. Send it to the other one, Buddha.
Yeah, what is it? So, yeah, tell me the truth. Because
she did it. I was pushing her and all this and that, my intention was just to push her out of the way so I could hit him. I didn't want her, if anything was going to fight or whatever, I didn't want her right there. But
I don't even understand this part too. Why did he come home and fight the guy that was allowed in the house? They let the man come in there and stay. Why did he come and fight him? I'm kind of confused. Was it put to him like he was messing with Candace? Why was he so angry? And was they broke up at the time? Why Don wasn't at home? You know what I'm saying? They must have been into it.
Another thing is, on her behalf, so I was at a party in Utah at my sister's house.
That's all right, Cisco.
The truth is, I was at my sister's house at a party just to eat the free.
The other one, just go to IG and type in MTGV TV and it'll pop up. It's not the MTGV Business and Networking. It's just MTGV TV. It should pop up.
Yeah, because I had to go home. I was staying in a trailer to get to sleep. So I
Toledo.
The next day. But what she heard was I was partying and I gotta go. That's all she heard. So after we talked about that and everything, we straightened it all out. And I was like, no, that's not at all. I was just trying to get some food and go home.
So she thought you were cheating.
Yeah. So that's how.
Right.
And you thought she was cheating.
Right. She wanted me to think that, but she wasn't.
What did Grandma think?
She's never liked me, but I think
she wanted him to think that. So, she's provoking this man. According to him, he throwing her under the bus again. I got it, Buddha.
Right. Yeah, the Jose guy, her, and Candace's mother were all jumping on me. And the cops got called. Candace
got it.
A beer ball at the wall. The cops got called. And that's when her mother's,
and they let him off.
Got a gun in the glove box. I says, well, it's just a muzzle loader. I mean, I'm allowed to have a muzzle loader. And she says, yeah, but he puts bullets in it. Okay. And she's,
Is that how she hurt me?
Well, she was pushing me. She kept pushing me. Jose would say something, like, I remember the one thing he said is, once a cheater, always a cheater, because his wife left him, or cheated
So he
on him,
was
so he's
cheating on
figured out me
Candace.
at this point. And every time he would say something,
But how the
she
hell
would push me.
Jose know
He'd
that?
go say
Candace
something
had to
else,
been
she'd
telling
push
him.
me again. I never hit her or nothing, but the last time she pushed me, I pushed her out of the way, and I was going to hit him with a beer bottle, and she fell, and I didn't even realize she fell. You know, or I pushed her to, you know, whatever, I was just trying to get her out of the way because I was going to nail me. And so, of course, she went and called the cops and told them, hey, she didn't tell them the whole truth.
Yeah, what is that? So, yeah, tell me the truth. Because,
yeah, she said that I was pushing her and hurt her and all this and that, you know. But my intention was just to push her out of the way so I could hit him.
Buddha, can you do me a favor and drop my IG links? And can you guys follow me on IG if you're on there?
See, another thing is, on her behalf, so I was at a party in Utah at my sister's house. Well, I told her, okay, the truth is, I was at my sister's house at a party just to eat the free food because I had to go home. And I was staying in a trailer to get to sleep so I could go to work the next day. But what she heard was I was partying, I gotta go.
I'll be right. All right, guys, we are back. Thank you for not leaving and watching the commercials. And yes, thank you for dropping my website. Everybody, you can hit the link to subscribe, check out the website, and follow me on IG. If you are a content creator and you want to link with me, schedule, we can go live together, collab, whatever, I'm down. I also have viral content creator support meetings via Zoom. You can link with me through IG if you're interested in that. So we gonna continue.
So, after we talked about that, everything was straightened out. And I was like, no, that's not at all. I was just trying to get some food and go home.
So she thought you were cheating. like you though?
She don't think I'm good enough for her daughter and all this and that. You know.
Interesting. And what's your
maybe
what
too
was she
old
doing
and
during the
controlling
fight
for her
with
daughter.
Jose?
I'm not sure. I think she was standing there or whatever.
And that's the night she hurt. Her mom hurt her knee that night, didn't she?
I don't know if she hurt her knee or whatever. I have no idea. Her knee's been messed up.
Yeah. And did she? You said she was getting in the way when?
No. Well, Candace was the one pushing me.
Okay.
Jose would say something, and Candace would just shove me as hard as she could. I mean, she was shoving me hard.
Okay.
So, and for 6 times she shoved me. I just was trying to push her out of the way. Like I said, I was going to get Jose. But, afterwards, we figured it all out. After we was able to talk and see each other's side more clearly, we forgive each other and just went on,
Sure. Where's Jose now?
That night, Candace's mom told him, when they took me to jail, Candace's mom said, get your crap and get in that truck and you're out of here.
Now, how do you know that? Because you were in jail.
I don't know that for a fact, but that's what they both told me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened to him?
She took him all the way to North Carolina to some woman's house. We don't know what happened after that.
Why would Grandma take this guy to North Carolina?
Because she was just tired of him, tired of his BS.
But North Carolina is kind of a drive, don't you think?
It depends on what part of North Carolina you go to. It's just over the mountains there. The border's right on, the top of the mountains.
Okay. And over by Cherokee in that area?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just going by what they told me.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I believe it.
Now, and then, so getting back to the baby here, because this is all this information I appreciate. I'm just, we're gonna flush through it. So, now when you get back to the house, do the cops ask you to hang on and stay on the property, or walk me through that day?
They kind of want me to stay there or whatever, but I'm like, man, you need to let me go question at least the drug dealers that I know of and find out, and let me at least try to figure out something. I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Do you think the drug dealer took her?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I've talked to Fred Hill and he might will and deal to keep himself going or whatever like that. But I just don't see him as being that kind of a person. No.
Have you known any kids to be traded for dope?
Never in my life.
Okay. So let's just, I'll use your words, let's just flush this one out a little bit. I love that word, by the way. So it's just interesting here how and I'll back up a little bit. Remember when he said he was on his driving 110 miles an hour to get here, and the cop stopped him, and then the cop was really good to him. The cop gave him a break, and he's portraying himself as being, the cop had empathy and sympathy for him in his plight to get home, and so good relationship with the cops at that point. And now we get here, and it kind of does the same thing. You asked them, what did the cops ask you? Did they ask you to hang on and stay on the property? Walk me through that day. And you and I both know, we talked about this a little bit last time. When we have a scene like this, we don't want the parent, the family going anywhere. We want them right there in case we need them. And so we'll assign somebody to stay with the family, and if we have to assign 3 or 4 people, then we do that, depending on how big the family is, what the dynamic is. But we want them there. We're not going to let them wander off. And so he says, they kind of want me to stay there or whatever. But I'm like, man, you need to let me go question at least the drug dealers. And so he's inferring that the cops we're going to let him go question the drug dealers. He didn't actually say he was allowed to go question the drug dealers, but he's inferring that he has his
Hey, Lola
bond with the
Rue.
cops, and
What's up, Shay?
they'll actually let him go. And you and I both know that that's not going to happen. So, yeah. So, point number one. And
Welcome,
then I
you
love
two.
your question. So, he taught you what question to ask by what he said. Do you think the drug dealer took her? Because he's going to go on and on and on about the drug dealers, and he just said, you got to let me go question the drug dealers. So that implies that that's, in his mind, that's number one suspect.
Now, I heard that, Lola, that he was driving that fast with his son in the car. I heard that somewhere else, but I don't know if Don said that. But he said the cops let him go. And obviously they did because he made it there, right? How does that work?
Summer was abducted.
Too many passes all his life, man.
So you gotta let me go question them. What do you think the drug dealers took her? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, and he totally flip-flops. He totally goes 180. So what would be the point of going to talk to the drug dealers if you don't think that they're responsible for Summer's disappearance? And it's just as a bizarre, as you said it last time, it's a combo play. We get this, and I call it word salad. He's throwing everything he can out there.
Word
but
salad.
Then now he's actually kind of comes to the drug dealer's defense. Do you think they did it? No, they can't do it. And he's gonna come to their defense a little bit more.
Why would you defend a drug dealer? Because you can relate.
Just another few seconds. So
got a little sympathy for them.
Come up to it.
Because you're one of them, or because you've been a customer of them? Like, why would you defend the people that you want to go search their house or knock on their door? Makes no sense. Bunch of bullshit.
It's just, he's flip-flopping all over the place here.
Yeah, so the question right before that is, have you known any kids to be traded for dope? And to your point, what you just said, never in my life. So I'm going to pick it up right now.
Really?
I've never even heard
I didn't see that.
before. Okay. I think it'd be interesting to see if one would even do anything like that. Because I think most of them tell you that they'd probably beat the hell out of you. Yeah. Or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. I think some of them got more integrity than that, even though they're damn drug dealers, you know?
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, with the intensity of meth and, craziness, right? Is it possible?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. The thing that bothers me the most, and we know he has an alibi, but it doesn't mean that he didn't get. And we know that.
So he goes here.
Yes,
I don't know,
Buddha,
really
welcome to the viral mod squad.
And then I skipped over.
I gotta make another video.
And because he would do anything to get at me, and this is the guy I think he's referring. Well, I know he's referring to the guy that he fired, and we know he has an alibi. So he gives him an alibi. Okay, he says we know he has an alibi, and I'm assuming he's referring to Ellie and his family because he says we know. To pick up on your.
Exclusive new products that you will only see on my website at www.sayitwithchess.com. These products are made special by my mother, Keyline Designs. The hoodie blankie, the face mask, as well as the 4-in-1 African head wrap. Now the way it works, it is a reversible bonnet. It has a headband that you can wear alone. It has a matching face mask as well. Please be sure to go over to our website and check out these nice new products that you will not find anywhere else. All right, we back. Had to pay some bills. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Thank you for dropping Keyline Designs. Now, Keyline Designs is my mom's website, and she just have face masks on there. But if you want the hoodie blankie, and I also have her face mask, at least one of them, my favorite one, is on my website at www.sayitwithchest.com. Yes. Yes, please. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I was thinking in my head. Lola, if you could send it to my IG and I'll look at it. And I'll look at yours in a minute too, Buddha.
Training here, sis, but that doesn't mean that he didn't get
Thank you
with
so much.
blank, somebody else, or somebody you know. And we know that they have ties on Facebook. So this is the guy that he was talking about with the 12-year-old boy in the front lawn. That was, you know.
What's up,
chased by
LT
this
man?
wackadoodle.
Welcome from Chicago.
Okay.
How you
Different
doing?
victimology. I guess anything's possible. We'll see what TBI is going to do, but it sounds like they've already flushed this other guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go from there.
And I appreciate that he's throwing out possibilities. I think that's exactly what we want to hear from a parent. We want all the possibilities. But if you're going to if this is the one you if this is the person that you suspect, and this has been what, 2 months, I think, after, when you did this interview, was it 2 months the summer disappeared?
Yeah, I mean, it was a month and a half or thereabouts. I got to check the exact date.
Yeah, so something in there. So he's had time to think about this, and he's still, this is his narrative, and this is what he's trying to get across and push, that go focus on this guy. I know he has an alibi, but I really think that this is where the focus needs to be. And Chris, it tells me that he's grasping at straws here. I know he's been cleared, but he has ties to other people, and this guy is the onus. So Chris, I think he's kind of running out of. There's no substance to his narrative of the abduction, and this is a good example of it. I want you to focus on this guy, but I have nothing to back it up. And I know he's been investigated, and he has an alibi.
Well, thank you for supporting us. I really appreciate
to keep that narrative alive of the abduction.
Yeah, and that narrative is the abduction. Not that somebody,
I don't know what that means, Buddha.
Could have or who does drugs, right? I mean, you and I would both agree that is this, because in my mind there's only a couple options, right? And it's an accident.
Nisi,
the fact that
if you can, send me a picture of you in it, and I'll post it.
A stranger abduction. I don't know the methodology of this kidnapping.
Thank you, Buddha.
As you and I have talked about extensively, and Coop.
Absolutely.
And others,
thank you so much.
It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
Right.
And so either the suspect knows that property and is there and is familiar with that property. It's an accident, i.e. a swing, stairs, or whatever. People panic, okay? Where this drug transfer, comes in, he's been introducing this narrative from day one.
Mm-hmm.
With this thought process that you just pointed out, I always knew something was going to happen to her.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? Come
That's
on.
funny, because I've been saying that like all my life, SSDD, and it means same shit, different day. But you put the O in it. Same old shit.
Where are we here? I'm going to keep moving.
They have ties because of Facebook. These detectives have told me that they have ties. They've worked with him.
And that's what I care about, Shay. Not about defending these losers, allegedly.
Know each other. I know he was psycho.
You say these detectives, not TBI, or the people you're working with.
Right.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm glad they gave me the number. If maybe you guys can get.
And he did end up saying that those people are not detectives. Detectives is actually the people that's been interviewing him that he's referring to as detectives.
I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't really trust anybody anymore. I don't trust the police anymore. There's just so much weird stuff. It just blows me away.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts for sure, and
yes, sir.
It's not my first rodeo, though, as you know.
Right.
I'm sure you've done your homework, and so I want to stay focused on that day, because it's critical that day.
Yes.
And you say this guy, you have this feeling that this guy's involved. What brings you to that feeling, even though you say he has an alibi?
Because he would have done anything to get back at me.
So revenge.
Yeah, revenge.
I mean, honestly, it sounds like Don has a lot of enemies. Like, how can you pinpoint one person? I don't know if he said it from day one, because I didn't hear from day one, the guy that he fired the day before. I destroyed the stranger abduction theory on my last. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that. Yes, I gotta catch up with you, John. That's crazy. Shay, can you drop John's link that he's talking about his last video? And you guys can go watch it when, not now, but when I get done going live. Check John Q out if you have not. He is great at what he does. He make you think.
Tried everything in the world. So he told them all kind of stuff to try to get me fired. And all I would say in my defense is, see, that's what he does every day.
So he has a problem with him on the job site, and he has extended that now into him possibly hurting his daughter.
Yeah.
To get revenge on him.
Yeah. It's a weak assertion.
Yeah.
Especially if they clear them.
There's very little substance to this implication that Summer was abducted.
We don't even have to say anything about that. That can really just sit there for what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what he does every day.
Okay.
We don't need that kind of stuff on the job sites and all this and that. Because he's just drama every single day.
Where's he been since Summer's been missing? You know what struck me when I heard this again? The last call, the last sentence. He said, "I will do everything to slander you."
Right. Yeah.
What a correlation, huh?
Yeah, it's
hey,
almost
Francis.
the same language, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then he gets into, I don't trust the police. That's coming later, right, Steve?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the police have been to his house. He had his truck up on jacks. And he's definitely got alibis.
What kind of truck, real fast before you go past it? Yeah, see, I mean, he's throwing him under the bus as if we're supposed to follow along, the bouncing ball. And then, he slides in there, but he's got alibis. And then the bouncing ball keeps coming again.
There's the link to John Q's last video.
In his speech here.
Check him out.
Yeah, that tells me that he's grasping at straw. He's got nothing. He just wants the abduction theory
Send the
to
cops
be believed.
and handcuffs.
But there's no foundation for it. You can't give it to us.
Yeah. The Nissan Pathfinder, there's a picture of it, because he drove to my house, and we rode in my truck because we had a long distance to go that day.
Now, I think that's a slip.
A slip, huh?
Because he said he drove to my house, and we rode in my truck because we had a long distance to go that day. And he says he took the Subaru that day.
That's a good point. He did say he took the Subaru that day. Is he referring to the day the summer disappeared?
Well, I let him run on that, and then I asked him to see how he was going to answer it, and he caught it and corrected it. Okay, but listen to how much he gives us here.
that's just been a fight with him. You know, you know how some of these meth people are. You can't reason with them. You can't. They start.
Now, is it on the record that he's on meth or has used meth in the past? Because he act like he's oblivious to how the whole meth addiction works, or as if it's not him. I don't know if that's been verified or if he's ever admitted it, but I heard that he was a user. So.
Damn, so they start thinking everybody's after them, and they start thinking all kind of weird stuff, you know. So there's just no, a
right.
person cannot be around somebody who's on meth.
Yeah, you know, I know that feeling.
Right.
What he did there is he asserted that Don is a normal person. Who this goes back to what I said earlier when he was portraying himself as the good dad. Who has a need to do that? Who has a need to portray themselves as a normal person? Well, it's actually someone that knows that they are not normal or has been told that they're not normal.
What do you think of Chris' show yesterday? Don called in and went off. He did? During the live? I mean, I heard it in the that's how they started the video. They started the video with Don going off. But are you talking about something different? I know he went off on somebody else too. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it kind of disrupted the whole show. And like right after that is when I went to sleep. So I missed some stuff. So tell me, Francis, was it at the beginning of the show or towards the end or something? If it was at the beginning, I seen it. It's called Striking Distance in the Line of Sight. That's the name of the video. Okay. I think she might have put the link to your channel. Thumbs up, no flagging. Absolutely. And please hit my link to IG if you're on there. You can contact me there.
There's something in his mind that he knows that things are not normal, but he has a need to portray himself as such, even though he has told us that he has addictions. He's been to prison. He's not perfect, and he's naming off all these different things. He's told us that he's been in these SA type relationships and myriad of other things. Yeah, there's reason to believe that he's not normal. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out before we got past it, that there's just more indication of what's going on. We're getting deeper into Don's mind here. He's telling us, and something not right.
Yeah, and so, you know, we'll give him a mulligan on that day, right? I mean, he could have been talking about the day before where he fires this guy. You know, they rode the truck together. But I find it interesting. Could it have been actually that day? Right? Because that would put that guy on the property if they came back together.
It would, and that would actually explain this normal person thing, because if it was that day and things were and there's some kind of involvement here, then obviously he wasn't acting like a normal person with that day. He wasn't acting like a normal dad with that day. So that would fall in line with that, Chris.
Okay. And so what color was his truck?
Yellow. There's a picture of it somewhere. I can't remember where. Somewhere on Facebook or somewhere. It's been going around, but it's picture, you know, where Summer's dancing in the rain. Oh. You can see it in the background. Yes.
And was he on the property that day, if you know?
Yes.
What? So there you go.
Yeah,
I asked him the question. I tied it together, meaning I asked him, was he on the property that day? And he says, yes. And then he corrects himself. He catches himself again.
What time? When we come back to get, you know, we come back, man, he got me.
And he stopped. When we he came back to get Posh.
He's self-censored.
Then he got his truck to go home. So that was kind of confusing to me because I felt maybe he was throwing himself back into the Subaru there and that they didn't drive together, but that the guy came over, parked his truck, and they went together in the Subaru. That's still, what do you call it? Salad? Word salad? What do you
Word
call
salad,
it? Yeah. Well, that needs some dressing, Steve. That needs some dressing. I need you to take a look at this one a little bit further, but we're going to keep moving because I need you to, we need to talk offline about that one because I'm still kind of confused. Is this guy on the property? Did he go to work with him? Did they drive together? Did he pick up his truck? I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, Chris, this is really interesting. So, we should dig into it a little bit more.
When you say when we come back,
so are they talking about the guy that he allegedly fired the day before Summer went missing? Thank you, Miss V, for posting a link. Much love to you. Thank you, Shay. Yes, you're welcome, John. I'm going to go watch it as soon as I can. John Q. Thank you, John Q, for caring. Keep voices for finding classic and sincere. Absolutely. But yeah, are they talking about, because I walked away, are they talking about the guy that he allegedly fired the day before Summer came up missing? Because if so, why was he riding with him to work? That don't make sense.
Yeah, we probably got back around 6:30, maybe 7. Sometime late. It was a long day.
And so how did he get back with you?
In this little white truck.
See, now he's added another vehicle.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Okay.
Out there somewhere. Can't remember now.
So did you did a job up there that day?
Yeah, I was way up to trying to remember what it's called now, but
with him?
Yes. Yeah, we rode together, same gas, and plus Troy is a big piece of job.
And is that where you got the phone call from Candace?
No, this was way prior.
Yep, no sense equal nonsense.
We was working out here in the meadows in Jonesboro was when I fired.
And confusion
so
equals
now he
lies.
qualifies it to the day before.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was the day before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The day before Summer disappeared.
And so then did you come back with him that day or the day Summer disappeared?
To the job?
Yes.
Yeah, I come back to work on the job, try to clean it up, and I saw.
Okay, so now the day Summer disappears.
Yeah.
He goes back to the job.
Well, what about to try to clean it up? To try to clean it up. That's a reason.
Yeah, but he's talking about the mud. He's talking about okay, so remember earlier on, he says, yeah, this guy was throwing mud everywhere, okay? But then he's got, I come back to work. So he's going back and forth and help everybody understand what do you think is happening here, because he's putting himself at the house and then at the job with this guy in both places. That's what I'm getting out of this. Am I off?
No. So what happens is when these people, so he's formulating his answers based on everything that he has going on inside his head, and so his answers are going to address what you asked him, and they will also pull in information that he has in his head about other things that he doesn't want to reveal. But it's just the way that it works, that our brains were made to communicate, and they
Well, another thing that he verified on the video that I was watching this morning is that he works alone. Like he was at a site by himself. So honestly, they probably don't see each other except for when they get there to work and when they leave, or either or. So he could say that he at work and nobody never even know if he actually there, because he don't have nobody standing over him to watch him. You know what I'm saying? He's hiring people to help him on the job. But he clearly took his camera. He's like, I'm by myself. Ain't nobody here with me. It's hard to find good work, help, and all this stuff. So he has one of those jobs that he can do whatever he want to do. All he got to do is go clock in on time, and he could leave. Long as he gets some stuff done that day. Y'all know people that got jobs. I know people that got jobs like that. Be at work, sleep, doing whatever and everything else. Long as they get because the work that they have to do for the day don't take that long. We know people like that. Yeah, who would go back to work? I wouldn't give a damn what was left. Somebody else would have to clean that up. I still wouldn't probably be back at work. Unless you had to because you need to pay bills. But I mean, they had a whole donation thing going. So I don't know how much money they made on that. You know, if they made, well, yeah, they made money because they said they bought cell phones for $1,000. Who does that? And you can't afford medical care. Like, come on. Who? I don't know. I mean, and I'm only saying that because Don said that. He said we couldn't afford to take our kids to the dentist or something, he said, in the beginning. And I don't know where the video at, but I know what I heard. And he might have been saying that because people was talking about Summer's teeth being, rotten. Not talking about her, but just pointing that out as being neglect.
Communicate beautifully if we just.
But you got 20 damn dogs on the property.
We'll understand that it's pulling out words that relate to more than just one thing, and I
exactly, Cisco.
That there was a mess on the job from the mud. I get it. The fact that
hell, they need a whole crew over there to clean that shit up they got on that property. Like, damn. It's a nice property too, but I wouldn't want to live there with bears and snakes and whatever other coyotes and all that. No thanks. I'm a city girl.
Chris, you can just say I went to work, and I went back to work, and why the need to say that I had to clean it up? I just find this interesting. Look what he says. You asked. Well, he asked to the job, and so he said, then did you come back with him that day, the day Summer disappeared? And he says, he asked to the job? So he's specifying. You said yes. Well, he says, yeah, I come back to work on the job, and he puts an and in there, to try to clean it up. Chris, it's two separate things. I come back to work on the job, and to try to clean it up. Chris, it's highly sensitive. It's two separate things, and he's cleaning something up. And for me now, I'm not saying that that there's something messy to clean up regarding Summer. I'm just saying that there's a possibility here. He has posed it because he divided this up. It's two separate things, and it's focused on the day that Summer disappeared. And Chris, when we look at the totality of this and what he's doing, and we're going to see more of it come up here in the statement that we have, here shortly, that he has portrayed himself as the one that's in control. He always portrays himself this way. It's always some other sod, some other dude, somebody else's fault, and he's blaming a lot on Candace, and that he has to clean up Candace's mess. And I just find that this is just an interesting way to phrase this. Why would you even add that in? Is it necessary to add in? Couldn't you just say that I went back to work that day? Just answer your question. To the job? Yeah, I come back to work on the job that day. But for him, it was necessary to say that he had to clean something up and to try to clean it up. Say, so it was like a problem for him to try. So
yeah, and one of my theories has been that Don
welcome, Sheik,
and Don did go to work, and if he did go to work, which I think he did, but I think he also
did they ever go to the pediatrician?
Because he's got 3 boys at home, and I think people did see him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so hang on for a minute. I see somebody, Benny Skeezy.
Now that's funny that he addressed this guy.
So everybody, I'd like you to meet Mr. Lindsay, Benjamin Dwayne Lindsay. He's just entered into our chat here, and he is gone. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow.
No, so where I was going is this guy goes to
okay,
work,
so John says Donald is a contractor who subcontracts work to other contractors. That was funny to me. I was still woke for that part. That's how he came across the guy he supposedly fired the day before Summer went missing. So Don is actually in charge of something? Okay. Druggie hired a druggie, then fired a druggie. Chris took Skeezy straight up out of there. Oh, God. People is crazy, man.
I think he does come home. And, maybe that's a time frame there. And then he goes back to work. So I'm going to believe these guys that say, yes, he was there. Okay, great. Okay. But I think there's more to that piece of the puzzle. And I'm glad that guy, I've been waiting for that guy to come in for a long time. So he's history. Anyway, sorry, guys.
Oh, shit.
And by the way, go say hi to Plano PD because they're coming. Just give you an FYI. Look over your shoulder. Okay, yes, but like worse.
Chris is on one, ain't he?
Tweakers, okay, we got that. So keep playing this here.
Oh my God. He about that life. Big boo.
Look at this, and it was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. This guy, his work was just horrible. And he's just out there. He's just big time out there.
It sounds like he was tweaking.
Yes. But like worse than any tweaker I've ever seen. It could have been massive. But it's like worse than anything I've ever seen before. And I've seen some things in my time, but this was like way worse. Like maybe he was mixing something. But he's like, and he goes and tries, and but it's like
he's talking about the guy that got arrested for trying to snatch, allegedly, a 12-year-old boy. He basically chased the kid into the house, and it looked like he was, his eggs weren't scrambled correctly that day, probably on tweak of some sort. But anyway, he runs into the garage after this 12-year-old boy. Can you imagine how scary that kid was? And he runs into the house where his mom confronts the suspect and says, "Get out of here," and calls the cops.
Right, Shay, with Cisco.
I guess he's got him up on the property snatching Summer as well. They show.
Well, it's a totally different MO. I mean, if this guy is tweaked out of his mind, he's not going to be the guy that sneaks up on the property and to purposely snatch Summer away, in stealth mode. This is the guy that does it in broad daylight, and because he's tweaked out of his mind, doesn't know what he's doing. he's just going to come up and do it. There's going to be nothing clandestine about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, how many of those guys have we seen, right? I mean, when you sit them down in the interview room, they look at you and they go, "Can I have a bologna sandwich?"
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's start there, shall we?
Oh my God! Right, Cisco. Those pictures is crazy.
You ever heard of crocodile?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Do you think that he could be crackulating on that stuff?
It could be. There's something crazy because, you know, we're supposed to be a team out here.
One of the things that cracks me up about Chris the most is that he tries to be cool. He tries to be cool and use certain words, like when he was interviewing a hunter, he kept saying straight up, you know, trying to be cool. That's what cracks me up the most.
We're going to do butt joints, okay? So I mix up $2 a month for butt joints. Next thing I know, he's on his skills working on a tray on the high ceiling. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? We're supposed to be doing butt joints together. And he's mumbling some stuff or whatever. And I'm like, so I get down off my stilts and I set up mud for him so he can do that. And like I say, he spent 2 hours on that thing. It was something that should have took 20 minutes and just was cussing. And he's like, there's just all kind of stuff in my mud. Look at, you know, he asked me if I'd dump it out for him. I mean, he had mud slung everywhere. He'd grab a bucket, he's trying to do 100 mile an hour. I'm like, man, you gotta slow down. You can't work like that. Right. And it was just on and on and on, and day after day after day like that. But getting worse every day. Yeah. Wait, and what is this? Yeah, go ahead. No, that's all right. You finish your thought. Oh, I was going to say, this is the 5th person in a row that I've had to fire over drugs. Yeah. The 5th one in a row. Yeah. And it seems like after they get their paycheck, you know, when it's all stars.
Hey, Nikki, welcome. Thank you for coming through.
On your property there, has he seen Summer?
Yes, and Candace said he didn't like the way that he was looking at her.
Tell me about that.
Well, I'm not sure. All I know is she was mad because he was looking her up and down. You know, that's what she told me. And when was that? Several times. Several times the first day that he was up there, and she told me several times since then. Did you think of him the day Summer disappeared? Yes, I did. And what did you think? He's my first suspect. He still is. And why did you tell me why? Because he's out to get me any way he can. He'll do anything to get at me.
Thank you for all that you've done, Buddha. I appreciate you.
Got it. And so, I understand. I respect that. And when why do you think what would be his motive outside of to take
hey, Charlene.
to revenge against
welcome.
you? Why would there be another reason in your head? Well, okay, like 7 years ago, he worked with this company before, and he went through this crew, that crew, this crew, then he worked with me. And I worked with him for a half a day. I was like, dude, I don't know what's up, but I'm going home. The next day, about 11 o'clock, I'm like, dude, I cannot work with you. I don't know what your deal is, but I can't win. This was like 7 years ago. And so I told my boss I can't work. I'll let him do his own apartment. I'm going over here. I'm going to work on this place. And then he messed all that up, ended up getting fired. His wife left him and took the kids. Okay. To another state. Okay. To another state. So he took the kids? No, she did. To protect the kids? Yeah, and plus right now he's on probation for something, and I don't know what that is, but one day I walked out to his truck and he had one of them phony things that you pee out of. Yeah. There's somebody else's pee in there. Yeah. He was putting one of those on.
Now, I got a little distracted, so I don't know who he's talking about that something happened 7 years ago. But I hope he ain't talking about the guy that he fired the day before Summer went missing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to that again, but I'm not gonna make y'all listen to it again because I wasn't paying attention. Some of your information is so tough. Stay strong. Someone has to do it. You got grit. Yes, crime is my passion. I mean, I don't like to say enjoy it, but I focus on it a lot. And I have many groups on Facebook dedicated to crime. And that's where I get a lot of my information. Well, I share it to my group. I've always done that for years. And when you seen the interview I had, so. And if you haven't seen my interview, it is in the community section. I did an interview with Vern's Junk Closet, explaining everything about my channel and how I got started.
My wig, I gotta have something for my wig, man. I gotta have
Hold
a
on.
wig, you know, and I'm thinking where he's from, where he's living in West Virginia, wig's legal.
Yeah, is that for his PO?
Yes, he was gonna go do the drug test for his PO.
Right.
And I thought, well, I didn't think much of it then, you know, but after thinking about it, they don't care if you smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's the least of their worries.
Yeah, I used to supervise every Thursday night, everybody coming in and with the P-cup. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And you have to stand next to you and watch you piss, man. That's no fun.
No, I guarantee you it's not. I wouldn't want that.
So okay, so what's your fear then?
My biggest fear is that he's on and he will get rid of the evidence, meaning my daughter.
Right.
That's my biggest horrific fear.
Has TBI and FBI interviewed him?
Yes, he's got alibis, and then they say, well, we just don't see him like that kind of a person. I say, well, you don't know him. You haven't seen his prison mentality come out like I have, or his thug mentality. You don't see it, and I tried telling them that, but it's just, they don't even sink into them, seems like to me. I don't know if they're really listening to me, or just, I don't know what the TBI, they don't say nothing.
Now walk me through that. Were you in the joint with him?
Were you in the joint with him?
I've been trying to straighten my life out for years since I found God.
Right.
You know, I was locked up in Utah, you know, and drugged back to prison many times for nothing.
Right, I remember you told me this.
For nothing?
So
Yeah,
hold on,
right.
I mean, I'm not a person.
Yeah, right. Don't nobody go. Well, some people do go to prison for nothing. I'm gonna go to a break. I'll be right back, guys. So I posted a story last night. There was a girl or a woman that came into a restaurant, I thought, and handed the baby to a couple and took off running. Come to find out, she was a 14-year-old girl who had just given birth to this baby. Part of the umbilical cord still wrapped. According to the lady that she had the baby to, she noticed blood on this girl's leg. Anyway, she had the baby and ran off, but she was probably somewhere nearby waiting. I'm happy, but I'm sad at the same time. I'm happy that the baby lived. I'm happy that she didn't feel that she needed to take the baby's life. I'm happy the baby survived. But then I'm sad to know that the baby was unwanted and is now going to be given up for adoption. Now, I do know that there are a lot of people that want babies, that can't have babies, and that'll give them a great home. So I just pray that this baby get a good, loving home. And I also pray that this 14-year-old get help. What happened in her life that made her do that? Who's been not taking care of her? What's wrong in her home?
People inside a restaurant in Jersey City were left stunned when a teenager walked into a restaurant, handed her newborn to a customer, and then just walked out. Surveillance video shows that 14-year-old girl holding a baby as she walks into El Patron Cafe in Jersey City. People inside immediately knew something was wrong. That newborn was struggling to breathe. A worker called 911, and a person at the restaurant who happened to be a former therapist and preschool teacher jumped into action. The teen handed the woman the child, and then you see her leave on video.
The police got there first. I administered oxygen to the baby. Within a couple of seconds of getting oxygen, we got the most beautiful cry that you've ever heard. Her little feet started moving.
Police took the baby girl to the hospital, and they say she is fine. They tracked down the mom, and she's in the hospital and is also doing okay, police say. They say she's not going to face any charges, criminal charges, even though technically a restaurant isn't included under New Jersey's safe haven.
You know, and I'm happy to hear that she won't be in any trouble. Maybe she didn't know to go to a fire station or a hospital. Maybe she didn't have a way to get there. But I tell you what, she is a strong girl to sit there and have a baby and be walking around. Where did she have this baby at? Who delivered the baby? Who impregnated her? It's so much that I'm wondering about her. 14, that's just a little girl, man. That's just a little girl. Yeah, guys, it's so much going on. That literally had me in tears, and you probably could hear it. And I was thinking essay with that case, too. You just don't know. People go through so much. There's so much going on in this world. We got to pay attention. Speaking of paying attention, excuse me, they are going to be, if you want to get your travel on, you better do it soon, because they have proposed a bill that is going to require everybody to get that jab to be able to fly. It was just proposed August 6th. So it has to go through like 4 or 5 stages before it becomes law. But they shooting for it, and that's where it's going. So get your travel on while you can, if you're like me, who don't want to be a part of that. Okay.
So this part right here,
Yep.
what he's telling us here is that he still has.
So Buddha just posted my first interview by Vern's Junk Closet. If y'all want to check that out to find out, you know, more things about me that I normally don't talk about. I also did a video about my why and why I got started. But check out Vern's Junk Closet. She's a very positive channel. She's very informative. She's a YT cheerleader. I love Vern. So check that out, guys. Thank you, Buddha.
Life. Because he says, no, I've been trying.
You did it.
To straighten my life out for years since I found God. And so good for him.
I think everybody in my family probably did, but no thank you.
And I hope that Don is successful in straightening his life out. I really do. That's the goal. And I mean, we all have stuff we need to straighten out. But he's telling us that he's been trying to do this for years, and he's still working on it. And he still has the addiction mentality, because he's always blaming somebody else. He's not taking responsibility for himself, for his own actions. It's always someone else. She's the reason I went to prison, because she told him that I had real bullets in that muzzle loader. And here, I was locked up in Utah, and drugged back to prison many times for nothing. Well, you and I both know that you don't go back to prison for nothing. There always has to be. There's a reason. You violate because you didn't follow the rules, the terms of your probation, your parole.
He's a rule breaker.
Another crime, whatever the case is. There's
law breaker.
There's rules, and you got to toe the line. I know ex-cons that have spent a lot of time in prison that I still have a relationship with that have straightened their life out. Those are the guys that towed the line, worked and worked and worked, and it was difficult for them.
They'd be the first ones down at TBI saying, "Where's my daughter?
Yeah.
How can I help?"
Right. There you go. And
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, that's an excellent point, Chris. Excellent point. That's not what we have here. That's totally opposite of what we have here. I want to just jump back to you asked him, okay, so what's your fear then? And he says, my biggest fear is that the heat's on him and he will get rid of evidence. And then he had to throw his brain's like, hey, dummy. And I shouldn't say that, but his brain said, hey,
you said it right. Don't try to clean it up. Hey, dummy.
And so to him, his daughter's a piece of evidence. Because it's not appropriate. It's just not appropriate. That whole narrative right there. He's just concerned about evidence being covered up. And this whole thing about this guy, he's got alibis, but yet I want you guys to follow up on this and believe this. Even though he has alibis, I know the authorities have followed up, but it's this revenge thing. And let's talk about what the numerous other ways that a guy could get revenge on him, and there's numerous ways that he could get revenge. Well, okay, this is your suspect because he tried to snatch this 12-year-old from the garage. All right, found it. I buy that. But it's like we said before, it's a total different. This is not the kind of guy that comes up stealthily and snatches a 5-year-old little girl. He's not able to do that, and especially with all the dogs and everything on the property and that we've already gone through, it just doesn't align. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not lining up. And you know what's really interesting is, here's a guy that remember we have two issues here, folks. Okay, and I see what's going on here tonight. I'm very aware of it. So we'll resolve it later. It's not important. What's important is Summer. Okay, and one of the things, there are two issues: find Summer, and the second issue is the essay to these survivors, and at some point for many years, one of them 37 years. Okay? She's been trying to figure her life out too. Okay? I have more empathy for her, okay, than I do some guy getting drugged back and forth to prison by a parole officer, okay, or anybody that supports that idea. Okay, so this isn't my first rodeo, and you'll find out why. I think.
You know what, guys? I'm about to go to a different video because
just found out that.
Let me see something. Hey, what's up, Mace? Welcome, my guy in the building. Appreciate my Cash App, my love. You got us, and keep up the greatness. Got us. Thank you, Mace. You're welcome. Thank you for always shouting me out and supporting me. And even when it's not popular, you're saying something about MTGV TV, Miss V. So I really appreciate you, Mace. You know that. I'm about to go to a different video, you guys, about the 17-year-old girlfriend address. So let's see. Give me a second.
Omari Nicholson, this is for you. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark cold hotel room, and the endlessness you feel. You are pulled from the wreckage of your
But heaven couldn't wait.
Okay, guys, so I found the video. I think I need a little light now. It's getting dark. I'm gonna just play the audio. Fair use.
So, Don, we're going to get right into it. The first question I want you to answer is, are there any 17-year-old females that work at your company currently?
No, I don't think there's any. We have a large company, but there's no 17-year-olds. And I would never work a 17-year-old female. Maybe a male, but not a female.
Okay.
I lied. I started that all out.
Well, that will bring us to then.
Yes,
There's
justice
no
for
17-year-old
Mari.
girl that you have working
Thank
for you
you,
helping
Shay.
you on the job currently?
Please go sign a petition for Mari's Law. And Shay just dropped the link. Yeah, they needed to be. What's up, Prophet Pre? Welcome. I was on your show earlier. Y'all audio was messed up. It wasn't just me. But how you doing? Thanks for coming through.
No, I'm here now. And I'm here by myself. After so many guys,
Now, at this point, this was 18 hours ago. He just said that he's at work by himself. So he works alone often, which means you could clock in and leave and do whatever you want and come back. Long as you do your work for the day, you good. Now, we know, just like maintenance men, they don't have a time. It don't take you 8 hours to clean a building. So they pretty much got to work slow, work fast. However, you can get it done in a day. MTGV TV. I also subscribe to Baby Girl, to this channel, Baby Girl, and I'll definitely plug your second platform. Yes, please do. I just started putting it out there, Mace, but I got some stuff on there, but I think I'm gonna make that a more personal channel, more talking about real life issues, relationships, and whatever comes up. It won't be dedicated to crime. This is the crime channel. That will be just like a little fun, little drama, trending things and stuff like that. But right now it's crime because that's all I do. That's all I think about. But I like to balance it out because I have many Facebook groups. Some like motivational, spiritual. I have one called Queendom Come that's motivational for women. Real people, real issues. We talk about whatever drama, whatever going on in real life. It was about building relationships and all kind of stuff like that. But anyway, enough about me. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Prophet Free. Yes, absolutely. Let me get back to this video.
being on drugs and stuff, I've decided to work by myself because you can't find good help anymore. You just can't. But yeah, I'm here by myself. Nobody good.
He said that.
So, you had told me, we're going to go over this because last night Chris said that he wanted his followers to come and ask us to ask you about your 17-year-old mistress. apparently she works with you.
Now I don't know if this came out in the last night's show or the night before, but they're addressing Chris. The video that we've been watching for 2 hours, that's who they talking to. And the information that they're saying came from.
I
Very
do
relevant.
know about the situation because you came to me about a week ago with this, and we had our own thoughts and ideas, and so you blocked this person. We kind of already assumed this was a setup, but what do you have to say
So
about
now,
this?
so what they're saying is that basically, I guess a 17-year-old girl inboxed Don is what it's sounding like to me now. He got an inbox, must have been coming on to him or whatever, and I guess he reached out to this channel and they advised him to just block the person because it could be a setup. So that's where we at.
The girl that was, I don't know what her deal is. She's from, United Kingdom. She's a really nice girl, but I don't know. She just, I don't know. I guess she was just lonely. There's been quite a few actually. Some older, some younger. But
so Don has all these women reaching out to him, trying to holler at him. Even a 17-year-old trying to get at him via inbox. So apparently Don Juan, the jiggaho, got all these women trying to get at him. Man, please. But anyway.
Or number one, I'm married. And number two, I'm way too old for that. If I ever, leave my wife ever get divorced, I won't never get
Quite a few old and young.
Especially not to even be around for a 7-year-old. That's just crazy. I might have fell for that stuff when I was younger, but never again.
Oh, he just said I might have fell for this when I was younger, but never again. So he might have bid on that 17-year-old last year, but now, or last week, but now he's, no. Okay, I'm gonna let it play.
I mean, do you remember what our conversation was and what our thinking was about this girl coming to you?
Yeah, you told me I need to block her right away because it's probably a setup.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the reason I blocked her.
Can I ask you how many people knew about this girl? So there should have only been like you, myself, and this girl that knew about the situation, right? So how would Chris know about the situation?
Now, why would Chris involve himself like that and make up some stuff? Do y'all see Chris doing that? Do y'all see him making up some stuff that can't be proven? How much did he really talk to the 17-year-old setup? I don't know. But anyway.
Whole time,
But never again.
He's just grasping at the straw. I don't know. I just told her I'll pray for her that she finds a good man and blocked her.
Why did you block her?
Yep, and that's the situation I know. And the reason why we didn't address this is because, well, we didn't really think it was a thing. We thought for sure it was a setup, but blocker, whatever, haha, nice try, Chris, is what we were thinking. But for this to come out on his channel last night.
So he blocked her because she told him to. So supposedly Don bragged to his own dad about a 17-year-old. Where? Where at? Interesting. They still searching for her at Francis. Exactly. He would have fell for it again. That's why he said that. I would have fell for it when I was... No, you would have fell for it now. Please.
Really solidifies the fact that he sent someone in to try and trick you, right?
Yeah, he's trying everything, and just for him to slip up on his show
right.
and say who I work for,
right now.
That was a low blow because there's people calling my employers, and my employer might have to let me go because of this because they're getting harassed.
I don't see Chris making this up.
All these lies.
I think after.
don't call his place of employment try and get him fired. That's just wrong. That won't only hurt Don. That will hurt.
Okay, so I mean, because they must have something in common. It seems like a whole group of related people are finding each other. And so they're sensitive to him because they can relate to him. Whatever it is about him, they connect with. Like minds think alike, birds of a feather flock together type thing. That's what I'm getting with this. Don is so close to going to prison. Yeah, somebody said yesterday that he's digging himself a big hole, and I forgot how they put it, but it was funny as hell. He's almost in that cell he's digging a hole for. Yeah, I think that's what Chris said last night. Chris talks to his stepsister. And they trying to figure out if he's the one, if they sent him. Like, where did Chris originate from? How did he even come about contacting them? Is what they trying to figure out.
Candace and the boys too. Like, that hurts the whole family. They need that.
Hey,
income.
Mandy.
Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you, I was aware of the situation, and it smelt like a setup from somebody somewhere. And the fact that he said this last night, Chris, on your show, my guy, since I know you're watching, hey guys, I'm halfway through.
Oh, they got commercials, but Chris don't.
Candid clear aligners, you can't even.
Chris's videos ain't monetized.
So wrong what you're doing.
Theirs is.
You made this about everything else except for Summer. Now this poor man who is now missing all of his children has to come out and defend himself because you have created, because you are a TV detective, you needed to create some villain. This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and it's very, very sad. And people are actually like seeing what is going on, and it's not looking good on you, man. It's not looking good. It's wrong.
He did so well, like with Ellie and Hunter and Candace, and even the actual interview itself with Dawn was good. But I don't know why he decided to turn this into a witch hunt. Like, there are plenty of other guys in that area who have alibis, just like Don, who would be a far more reasonable suspect to me than this. So I don't know why he's doing it. Hopefully Don's back here.
And really quick, I want to say, you guys, like, looking at Chris's record, he has ties to other states where Don has lived. I'm almost wondering, Chris McDonough, sir, have you come across Don's name before? Because this seems awful personal to you, and it's not right. So
Why
I'm
do it
wondering,
seem
because
personal?
I know you've got ties
You
to
just getting to
Utah.
the truth.
Did you come across his name in
Don't
Utah,
seem
Chris?
personal.
Like, you have a real hard on for Mr. Wells, and
Hard on.
everybody can see it. So what's up with that? I'm just gonna throw that out there.
About the shit.
Don, I'm sorry to ask you this as well. But
He's so
people
delusional, I don't even
at the
think he
prayer
see it
circle,
coming. They call it narcissist. I think he's just so out of it that he don't even see it coming. But he gonna feel it.
But you were in the truck, only Candace was outside. Some people say Candace goes, you don't go. I mean, I know you're at work all the time. Sometimes you show up to the prayer circle separately because you're coming from work and she's coming from home. Just kind of why do you kind of try to stay away? Wait, I already know, but let's hear from you why you're not at all the prayer circles, or why when you are there you try to kind of stay out of the way.
Yeah, I went to the prayer circle last night, but I was afraid somebody'd have a hidden camera there again, like they did last time. So I was looking to see if anybody had a hidden camera or anything. They had live TV there, and I didn't want to be on camera because anytime I say or do anything, people say bad things about me. So I ended up going. You just didn't see me there because.
I mean, people ain't just saying bad things. You're actually making yourself look bad by admitting to everything that's being put out there about you, my dude. Not my dude, but dude. Come on, man.
news crew talked to me, but off camera. And I told them, about y'all and everything and what's going on and stuff, but it was all off camera. I don't really want to be on camera unless I'm with y'all.
So all of a sudden he's falling out with everybody, because I've seen another content creator that's a nice size creator, and I guess they fell out because I guess they fell out. So he's only talking to these people. Okay.
But that's why.
Alrighty. That's awful. I mean, the fact that you can't even be a part of this, people praying for summer.
Exactly.
People are hounding you so bad. Like, this has just gotten ridiculous.
And then he's on the lookout for people with hidden cameras and stuff. That you have to worry about that. It's unbelievable. I'm
damn
sorry. It's almost
orchestra.
embarrassing to
Bring
be a
him
human
out.
being right now because of what people
Bring
are doing.
him out. Bring him out.
It's unbelievable.
Just vile behavior.
Do you feel like there is law enforcement or maybe some private detectives or anything like that that are undercover at these prayer vigils?
Damn cameras
I
are
don't
just
have any idea. I mean, there's been a lot of people come at us, that say they was going to do this and do that, act like they're our friends of all kinds, and then they just disappear. Like they're trying to get some kind of
Okay, I'll definitely check it out, Buddha.
Because we have nothing to hide. That's fine. They can come in, pretend to be this or that, question us, and go on their merry way. That's fine. But yeah, it's just we've had everything come at us. I don't know, but yes, this Chris McDonough. Is it okay if I elaborate some? This thing that started.
Okay, y'all. So I mean, y'all listening, y'all watching this whole Chris McDonough breakdown of the phone call in this guy's voice. Do y'all hear Chris doing anything, flipping anything he's saying? I don't. I believe that you hear what you want to hear. If you want to support this guy, then you're going to think Chris is the bad guy because he's trying to get to the bottom of things. And they trying to say, oh, this ain't going to help us find Summer. Yes, the hell it is. Finding out about their parents or the way they think, the way that they've been raising these kids, and just looking at the freaking pictures tells you everything you need to freaking know. Every picture I seen of that baby, her face was dirty. Dirty. Her clothes was too big. She was looking like she wasn't well kept. She, and it was just her that I noticed that was being paraded around. You know what I mean? Like, so come on, dude. Ain't nobody creating nothing. Ain't nobody making up nothing. You doing all the talking. Honestly, if he would just shut the hell up, nobody would have anything to compare, to evaluate. Nothing. He could have came out of his first initial statement and never said nothing, but he just keep on talking. He keeps talking because he think that he can talk his way out of this like he's done all his damn life. And y'all gonna hear him say on here, he ain't never raped nobody ever. Yet he admits to a relationship with a 5-year-old when he was a teenager. You tell me. Fuck out of here.
I think she's the one who started all this stuff, all these rape allegations. And I would just like to say to everybody, I've never raped anybody in my entire life. I was wrong. I didn't know no better. I was a teenager. I made mistakes. I learned from that. But I have never raped anybody ever in my life. And for them to say what Tricia said, that I raped her and Amanda and everybody and my own kids and all that stuff, no wonder Chris Madonna and some of these others might be looking at me as hard as they are. No wonder people in Utah always give me such a hard time all these years. I'm just now finding this stuff out. They've been spreading these lies for years, and they're untrue and they're lies. And I'm calling them out on it because it's not true. And the thing that Mary said the other day where me and my two buddies ripped her shirt or something like that, I said, Mary, do you remember who stopped all that? No, she conveniently doesn't remember who stopped all that. But the other two got their asses beat, I will say that. You know, that's, you know, and Chris McDonough, we don't live in the 80s anymore. You know, this is 2021. You can't just lock people up on allegations and throw away the key like you did in the 80s. It's a different world now.
Y'all heard him. It came straight from the horse's mouth. He thinks it's a different world now, so he can play a little bit. Y'all heard that, right? From the horse's mouth. He admitted he did it. And then, I mean, why is everybody making up the same allegations on him? How do we know he went to work? We don't know. I just said he got the type of job. He works alone. All he got to do is call. However, you know, a lot of people that work those type of jobs, sometimes they just call their boss and let them know they there. But a lot of them got, you know, they can clock in that they're there, but they can leave and do whatever the hell they want to do and be wherever they at, you know. And then you in a whole vacant house, he could actually bring people to the job and do whatever at work. So, sick.
Okay, some people are pointing out that I've seen this morning.
Yep.
Because they
I
heard us
sure
mention
did.
that you asked EquiSearch to come back. Law enforcement isn't allowing that right now. But some people.
That's why I know these people are delusional. Like, I mean, he's telling on himself, but for some reason they don't hear it. And they're looking at him as a victim, which means they relate to him like they got some things in common. Obviously, you got to.
Wondering, did you talk to EquiSearch the first time they were in Tennessee? Some people are saying you didn't. How come you didn't? Were you told not to talk to them or anything like that?
Yeah, we didn't even realize who EquiSearch was or what they were about. We had no clue. And we just heard, you know, some people talking. And I've talked to EquiSearch, I've talked to Dave, I've talked to Ron. And we both apologized to each other for the things that were said. They want to come back out there and search. And we want them to. We want them to sit at our kitchen table and have a cup of coffee with us and talk or whatever.
Honestly, Francis, I will say never. I will say that Summer has never been to a dentist. At 5 years old, to have a rotten tooth right there, and I'm not talking about the baby, I'm talking about her parents. But she had a rotten tooth in the front. She ain't never been to no dentist, because the dentist would have definitely pulled that tooth out. It wouldn't still be in her mouth rotten. And he actually said that they can't afford medical care. He either said medical care or dental care. I heard it out of his mouth. So, no, they wasn't taking it.
And try to resume this, but because of what Mr. McDonough has done, and the sideshow, the psychics and everything, Ronnie Lawson put a stop to the whole thing. He's really upset about it. It's turned into a circus, you know. And now that Mr. McDonough's made all his money and stuff like that, he's not even in this state. He's out of here. He's made his money off the summer. He ain't done one thing.
And like I said, Chris don't have commercials on his videos, which mean that he has not added monetization to his videos concerning Summer. But you can donate to a super chat and whatever else. But big deal, you doing the work, you deserve to get paid. Why do people think YouTube is not a freaking job and you shouldn't get paid for it? Fuck out of here. Damn.
Summer, I'd like to know what
that irritates me.
He has. I still haven't heard back on that. People say he's done more this and that. Well, what has he done? I'd like to know, except for spread lies. He's helped spread. He might have fell victim to Trish's lies. Maybe he actually believes these lies. I don't know, but I'll tell you, he fell victim to them. And I've been victim.
Chris had 14K people in his chat before I went to sleep, and it might have got bigger. This man is doing the work. People want to hear what he got to say. He's bringing the juice. What the hell? He don't deserve nothing for that. This ain't about getting paid off of a child. You're getting paid off of your work, bringing it to the people. Had it not been for Chris, we wouldn't even have this.
to them all my life, pretty much. If that's what they've been saying all these years, I think it's pretty sorry.
One quick thing, Don, about the Equisearch thing. If you could get them back, is there any specific place you would want them to search?
Well, I think the only place that I know to search is the mountainous terrain in our area, but then again, they had a helicopter up for like 7 days straight. The only time they stopped the helicopter one day is because there was guys on horseback, I think. Well, I know there was guys on horseback searching in areas and they didn't want the helicopter flying. Well, that horseback was trying to get into certain areas, or the horse was trying to get in certain areas. But, and then they flew them planes at night with infrared. It was just hard to say. Nobody has a clue. I don't know where they could possibly search that they haven't searched already. Unless they just missed something. But there are just so many people there. My only guess would be, the mountainous terrains maybe, which is very hard to climb and very hard to traverse in every way. It's difficult. We just don't have a clue. I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe we're getting.
What do you think about people that are trying to hang on what Chris and the other cop he has on his show, which he's going on again tonight, they think that you had this big slip where there's a female abductor. Now they're trying to tie that to being Robin from your church.
I'd say, McDonough and friends, if you guys want to just keep running with lies, Satan's the father of all lies. You want to run with Satan? You're on your own, buddy. I want to stick with God, truth. That's what I want to do. So I'm not scared of any of it. So you just keep going that way if you want to. I pray for you that you turn it around. You need to. You're just digging yourself in deeper and deeper. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, what about people thinking that the uploads Candace did on June 15th, they were like photoshopped on the timestamps and that Summer really went missing on June 14th? Do you remember what y'all were doing June 14th at all? Could you run us through what you remember the day before Summer actually went missing, for those that think that maybe she went missing a day or two before that?
No, all I know is I was dealing with a mess at work every day. I was fighting with this guy I fired, Mr. D. I was fighting with him day after day, and it was just, when somebody's on something like meth or something, you can't talk to that type of person. You can't reason with them. Nothing makes sense to them. So I was dealing with this guy for probably a week. I don't know. But the last 2 days were pretty bad and intense. That's what I was dealing with. And, I've dealt with many of those in my life. Many people on drugs like that, meth and stuff. You just, like I say, you can't reason with them. There's no reasoning with them, period. So when it come down to telling them he needs to go, I'm not working with one more minute.
Can somebody explain to me why you would have dealt with many of meth addicts in your life? Because birds of a feather flock together.
I'm really upset, and he told my boss all kinds of stuff.
I ain't never been around nobody on meth. I don't even know what it looks like. I've seen some people gone off of something and didn't know what it was. It probably was meth, but he said he's been around many people on it. Why? I'm with you on that. Can you remember the day before that, Don? Nope. I can't even remember the story I told you 5 minutes ago. Man, my head truly hurts. I'm telling you, you know, it's so much, and I don't like to go with the rumors unless I hear it from his mouth. I really don't. So when I hear from him, it's solidified. He's admitting to a whole lot of stuff. Y'all been saying a lot. I walked away for a second. Let this keep playing. Oh, another commercial. That means payment. But Chris is making money off of it.
Complete your degree 100% online at Purdue University Global with flexible programs.
Chris don't have commercials, y'all.
Outside, he can do just about anything and get back at me, whether that be to go to the extent of taking my daughter. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't put it past anybody. I mean, people do that kind of stuff all
Right,
the time.
Don.
So it's not possible that she went missing on the 13th or 14th.
No, because
they're not, Sky.
because, you know, we showed law enforcement our phones.
Yep,
They,
druggies
we
hang
showed
with
law
druggies.
enforcement our phones. They know the exact date. I was dealing with stuff prior to that pretty bad, and then, you know, like I said, I fired Mr. D, and then the next day my daughter comes up missing.
Yeah.
And then 2 days, I mean,
All of that equals priorities effed up.
audit, so.
It's just getting more and more odd all the time. Oh, one thing I wanted to ask you. I think you've mentioned this, but your work truck, it's 2-wheel drive, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Probably ain't no record
All right, because I got
of doctor care.
talk about why you didn't take your truck down when you retraced your steps, because well, a 2-wheel drive half ton, you wouldn't get out of there. You can get down there, but you ain't getting back.
Get down where?
When you retraced your steps and went down to the creek.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the 2-wheel drive, the truck would have got down there, right, but drained away from back up out of there. Plus, it's white, and you can see a red car.
And because people keep saying you speak in past tense, they feel like you have given up all hope. So I just want to ask you today, do you still have hope that Summer is alive?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I hope and pray constantly, day after day. The Lord will have mercy and bring her back. You know, I hope and pray, but you know, when the law enforcement is completely stumped, and everybody is stumped and doesn't have a clue where she disappeared to, you know, you do kind of lose hope somewhat. You know, but I still always have hope, no matter what. You know, I wish so bad that she could come home. That was my baby right there. I love her with all my heart. She didn't care ever what anybody could say to anybody. But anybody could say things to her and it wouldn't reface her. If I said one little word to her, she would just start crying, and I'd have to apologize 10 times. Say, Summer, I'm sorry, I didn't, you know, and she would just, it killed her if I said
He loved telling this story.
anything like that.
Now let's put this
So I
back
had to
up.
be really careful with her.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We keep putting you through this, and it's just not right.
It's not right what Chris is doing. You know, I want to ask you quick because can we get into how did Chris come into the picture? How did he get a hold of you guys? How did this all start and Chris get to talking to you guys? Can we kind of go over that? Because I'm curious, how did this all start with him? How did he get a hold of y'all? What happened?
You know, I'm not even sure where he come from or how he ended up
Please
being all
do,
this.
Sky.
I wouldn't doubt it if he come.
I will be entertained in watching that. I just cannot. I don't have the time to do that, but I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
You know, It may have started in Utah with my stepsister's lies, my niece's lies, and my stepsister. It may have started there. I don't know.
What I don't understand is how did the stepsister lie? Because I didn't see the niece's interview. But if somebody can tell me how the stepsister lied when he admitted to what she said, she didn't lie. He admitted to what she said. He admitted to the relationship with her sister, even though he didn't tell her age. He said he was a teenager. Mary said she was 7 years younger than them. So if it started when she was 5, he was 12 or whatever. I'm not sure about the age because I heard 5 and I heard 7. But either way, she was not at the age where she could have agreed with it and actually been the one to initiate the shit. And he also admitted that that Mary's clothes got ripped off too. He just admitted it in this. I don't know. Said that, well, who was the one that stopped that? Talking about he beat somebody ass and something else happened. He was the one that stopped it. So he did not deny it. Yet he's calling her a liar. Okay.
Some people believe some lies, and then there's also, we don't know where he come from. I have no idea.
He just called you guys one day and said, "Hey, can we sit down and talk?" Or
yeah, he acted real friendly. He was my wife, and they done that little interview, and I knew, he said a few comments that I didn't like right away, and then I told him to stay away, because of them few comments, and then I told him, I thought, well, maybe I read it wrong, maybe I was looking wrong a little bit or whatever, so I give him another chance, and that's when I called him on the phone. I didn't know he would set me up, and all that. He's promised that he would help on summer and all that. He's just turned the whole investigation into a circus. He don't care about summer. He don't care about anybody but himself. That's all he cares about, and his money. But yeah, I wish he'd come back to my house, but we won't talk about that.
okay.
I don't blame you one bit.
Let's not go there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say before we end this little chit chat? He's going live later. I don't know what we'll have to figure out what he says there later, but I think that's the biggest things going around now. Oh, actually, I do have one other question. How did y'all end up on the news when we all saw you on the news on June 15th, or was it the 16th? How did that come about? Do you know who got the news and media to y'all to begin with?
Well, all we know, there was 106 agents, and nobody's ever seen such a large gathering of law enforcement in one area at one time. It's almost like history was made on this. So, of course, the news media, they're going to get called and everything, but they were set up at the Solomon's Temple Baptist Church out there, church we used to go to, but they set up temporary satellites and all that. And of course, we wanted to try to help any way we could, so we put every picture that we had of her online out there.
That's how the interview happened, Mandy? That's how the niece even got up there? Yeah, I have to watch that. I went to watch it one day and got distracted or fell asleep or something, but I never seen it, but I know where it's at, so I'm gonna go look at that for sure. This couple is in Alaska, and okay, I don't want to talk about that person. But it was funny when it happened on Chris' show, though.
And honest from the beginning.
You meant the niece's interview. Okay, I got it.
Search warrants were needed ever. They're welcome to come back. But it does, they ripped our house apart several times. Like I said, there were thousands of people on foot. I've seen them guys limping. I give them, if people don't think I appreciate, the law enforcement, we really do. We know they give it their number one best. They had that helicopter flying. I don't know what that cost. At least a week straight, day after day, except for the one day they kept it off there. But when that airplane flying at night with infrared, I can't imagine what the price tag on all that. So I'm very thankful for law enforcement and what they've done.
You gotta make a troll channel.
We're not, but we are. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do drama over here either, man.
If Chris McDonough did start in Utah with Trish's lies, so I think it's possible that would cause, if people actually believe.
Why don't he specify her lies? What lie did Trish tell? I can't wait to watch that because it sounds like she really came with the juice. Because I hadn't even heard that he abused anybody besides his own stepsisters. Then I found out it was a friend that stayed over when he was like 17, 18 that got the same thing happen to her. They woke up, they gave each other this awkward stare and already knew what it was. That's crazy. This dude just doing and in denial. I've never raped nobody. Boy, what you call it? He calls it a relationship.
That they was making out to be with all these lies that they've been spreading. Would that cause somebody to come out here and try to save my daughter from this pretend, this stuff that they've been making up? I think it's very possible. So if somebody has my daughter because they think I was this kind of a person because of the lies that's been spread that aren't true, I'm a loving father. I would never hurt anybody.
Another
It's going to be
commercial.
the hardest, but one of the of us are here, so if you want to pull out your journeys book.
What was that? What was that? I think she farted. That was a big one.
Right. He said that was a big one. Gotta laugh sometime, guys. Gotta laugh sometime. And that was right when the that I recorded that right when the pandemic hit. So that was like one of those first classes they was doing online. And she probably thought it was gonna be a silent one, but it was loud as hell.
I try to keep my kids in church and everything so they know what to expect in the future. If you have my kid because of these lies, I think you should come forward and just let it go.
What?
I'll do everything I can not to get charges put on you.
Send it to my IG, Mandy.
I never even thought of that, but that makes more sense than some of the other ridiculous theories that are flying around, that's for sure.
Thank you all very much. God bless.
Thank you, Don. I'll be in touch later.
We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, so that was his shit show over there. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Chris, and I probably won't get through it. Let me see how much longer this is because I am almost at 3 hours. Let's see how much longer we got on Chris. But I definitely, let's see.
Okay, so we'll play the game.
Okay, I'm gonna take it back a
So
little.
I see what's going on.
There we go.
Evidence is not what you should be focused on. It's your daughter. And
Okay, so it's a long time left. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this, but we gonna get through some of it because I want to watch it.
so to him, his daughter's a piece of evidence. That because it's not appropriate.
No,
it's just not appropriate.
my IG actually it should be, if you scroll up, it should be in the comments. But if not, go to the description box and my IG is there. I guess all the mods left. Cisco, can you drop my IG link? Cisco is still here. But wait a minute, Cisco don't have IG. Never mind. But look in the description box, Mandy.
That whole narrative right there.
There go Buddha. Oh, okay. Hey, Frozen Heart, welcome.
And
Buddha, yes. Can you drop it again, please? The IG
I
links.
want you guys to follow up on this and believe this. Even though he has alibis, I know the authorities have followed up, but it's this revenge thing. And let's talk about what the numerous other ways that a guy could get revenge on him, and there's numerous ways that he could get revenge. Well, okay, this is your suspect because he tried to snatch this 12-year-old from the garage. All right, found it. I buy that. But it's like we said before, it's a total different. This is not the kind of guy that comes up stealthily and snatches a 5-year-old little girl. He's not able to do that, and especially with all the dogs and everything on the property and that we've already gone through, it just doesn't align. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not lining up. And you know what's really interesting is, here's a guy that remember we have two issues here, folks. Okay, and I see what's going on here tonight. I'm very aware of it. So we'll resolve it later. It's not important. What's important is Summer. Okay, and one of the things, there are two issues: find Summer, and the second issue is the essay to these survivors, and at some point for many years, one of them 37 years.
Well, according to what's going on with Bill Cosby, they're looking to charge him on a case from 50 years ago. So it ain't no statute of limitations, I guess, depending on where you are. I don't know if it changed everywhere, but yeah, they can still prosecute him. I'm thinking. I think I got IG, but whole new media world. Okay. Hey, I would do, if you got IG, just go to your IG. At the top is like a little arrow thing. You can click on it and add another account and create another one under Cisco. Because excuse me, I didn't have IG before this, but I do have several IG pages. I don't have none of them in my name, but yeah, that's what I would do, because I wouldn't want everybody linked to my personal IG. But I mean, if it's me, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I ain't no troll. I ain't gonna do nothing. But I understand if you don't want me on there. IG practice. Thank you, Buddha. Yes, that is the right one. Send all videos, questions. You can collab with me there. Connect with our Zoom. We have viral content creator support meetings. You can be a part of that if you're a content creator and you're subscribed to me. If you have a website and you want me to promote it, I'll do that too. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play a commercial of Keyshaw Day's website, and then I'll be back. Play the boys first. Hello everyone, I just wanted to share this information about the boys. This is authorized by Roro. I did speak with her to clarify. This is a place you can go for updates concerning the boys, Orrin and Orson West, Sincere and Classic. This is a place you can go to get updated flyers in English and in Spanish, as well as catch up with updated information concerning his birthday. You can also sign his birthday card here. This is really cool. You can leave a nice little message for Orrin, and Sincere, and Orson West, aka Sincere Classic. It is for Classic's 4th birthday, but you can leave a message for both of the boys. And I just want everyone who supports Make This Go Viral to know that we did leave a message here. Not many people have signed it, but I do see a few familiar names here. So if you are one who have not signed Sincere's birthday card, please do so right now. You will find the link below in the description box. And right here is our message to Sincere and Classic. Happy birthday, baby boy. For great products and prices under $25, shop Quiche All Day Boutique at www.quichealldaycraftsboutiques.com. That's another thing that I do. I promote websites. So if you have a website, you want me to promote it, you just send me a product. I'll show it. I'll unbox it on my show, make you a commercial, play it on my show for 2 months, and then bring you on a show to explain your business and your products and everything you want to talk about, and then also share you on other social media platforms. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit me up on IG, and it's in the Buddha posted it in the comments.
I have more empathy for her, okay, than I do some guy getting drugged back and forth to prison by a parole officer, okay, or anybody that supports that idea.
Thank you.
So, this isn't my first rodeo, and you'll find out why. I think, Benjamin, Dwayne, Lindsay just found out that. Okay, so we'll play the game. We'll play the game. So I see what's going on, guys, from our channel and our family here. So don't worry about it. But this guy, to your point, Steve, he keeps dodging. And I'm sorry I keep getting sidetracked, but I gotta keep an eye on some of the.
That's okay.
Things that people are saying. Not about me. I can
I've done.
Yes. Hold on, John.
Getting that revolving door,
What's up, Chloe?
Sell drugs or whatever you want.
Hold on.
You're just gonna get the slap on the wrist, do 4 or 5 months and back out. Everybody knows that. Right. You violate it, and it's like a free party, kind of. Right. And I remember you told me that you were at Hill Air Force Base in your PO and told your boss and kind of snitched you out and that kind of. They come out there too deep, and whatever they told my boss, he was just shaking in his boots. He's like, man, I can't do this. So they got me fired. And what were you in custody for? Can I ask you that? Well, I mean, I can find out. You know that. Oh, yeah.
I love you too, baby.
Somebody was. This guy is having a hard time with.
Can y'all hear me? Mic check. John Q in the building.
Hello, 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 Miss V.
Hey, how are you? What's up?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I wanted to ask you, hello, chat room. We've been sitting here all afternoon digging into this case like no other. I'm telling you. But yeah, Donald's goose is cooked. As if he owns any goose and geese, maybe some chickens. I don't know. The only thing we see running around on his property is dogs. But I think you got your mic muted. Can you hear me, Miss V? Miss V, can you hear me? Anybody in the chat hear me? Type of one, type of one. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if Miss V is frozen, but she appears to be frozen on my screen. She's got somebody else coming up. Miss V, if you can hear me, I think your mic is muted.
I hear you. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on.
Okay, while we wait for Miss V to come back, looks like John Q is going to hold the fort until she does. How's everybody doing? Cisco, Mandy, Sky Z. Y'all holding it down with Miss V this afternoon, huh? I hear you. Buddha. How you doing, Buddha? Frozen Heart. Hello. And then everybody else in the bushes. Anyway. There she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Now why I can't hear? Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, take your time. You know how YouTube and StreamYard
This is crazy.
kind of gets a little crazy from time to time.
What?
What about now? I hear you. Miss Mandy, I just put that video back up. I just put it back up. That video on Classic and Sincere. I had to do some editing to it because during the course of the live presentation, someone jumped on the panel whom I thought was a content creator, did something stupid, and I had to take the video down and edit out that portion of that live, only because they threw something in the room. It was a porn bomb. They threw something nasty in there, and it was You know, people have nothing else better to do. And then here you are talking about sincere and classic and moving forward and making a difference for that case. And someone jumps on there under someone else's name and does something silly. So I had to remove that, but the video is back up.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you now.
Perfect. Oh my God, I hate StreamYard. I hope you held it down for me, John.
Yes, I
hate
did.
StreamYard.
We're sitting up in here chatting on the last live I did regarding sincere and classic. I had to take the video down because somebody threw a porn bomb on the panel and I under a different content creator name. So I had to take it down, edit it. I was notified by YouTube about it. So I had a copyright claim on there because I did play Whitney Houston's The Greatest Love of All at the very, very end of the video. So they threw a claim on the video, but that didn't prevent me from actually keeping it up. But it was the porn bomb I had to take care of. But it's back up.
Oh my God, that's
It's
ridiculous. So what, they tried to come up on the panel and they was able to do it that way?
Yeah, they came up with another content creator's name, but they didn't show their face. So I had AV Watchman on there, I had Faith on there, I had Miss Roro on there, and we were getting into the discussion of putting together a game plan for this week. And all of a sudden, that person, whoever they were, came in under another name that also has been working on the case and everything. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone removed the the little white avatar and started showing porn. And I was looking at my phone because I was getting 2 text messages on my phone at the time. I looked back over and I said, oh my God. So I had to remove them from the platform and then take the video down to edit that part
so
out.
Sad that people
Yeah.
do that. Like, what is the purpose?
Yeah. So I was able to edit that out and get it back up so folks can enjoy that conversation and discussion.
When did you get it back up? Like yesterday? Is that what Shay was talking about? She was emotional about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just put it back up about a half hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would definitely check that out. I if she was emotional, it's probably gonna make me cry too. So you did a whole live. I'm going to your channel now to see.
Yeah, I did a full live. We had a great discussion, the panel discussion. A lot of folks that were on the panel made a good contribution, from their perspective as to their experience.
Was it 4 hours?
Yeah, it went.
It says it was up a day ago.
Yeah, I had to take it down for a day because I had to. But yeah, it's back up. That's the one.
So this is John Q's channel. Check this out. I definitely gotta watch this. This is what it looks like. John QQ. You doing good over there.
Well, thank you. I mean, I try. I put the work
you
in.
You way deep over there.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you if you and I could collaborate on a private project. I would like for you to do a video intro for me for my channel.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to.
Yeah. So get some love.
Yeah, she loves me. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Good.
That's good. That's good.
This is my granddaughter. Her name is Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. How you doing?
Love me to life. You about to go, baby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
See you later.
Okay, Chloe. Take care.
Say bye-bye.
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 Hold on 1 second. Let me
Okay.
check something.
Not a problem.
You can go ahead and take it away, John. I forgot you talk, so I don't have to play a commercial.
Oh, okay. I got a call. Hold on.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I'll play a commercial. You got a call right at the wrong time, but I'll play this for a second. Something goofy. Oh my God, guys. Shout out to Goddess Masterpiece for sending me this video. It is freaking hilarious, and I needed this laugh this morning. So I thought I'd share with y'all because this is so funny. I don't know why people get on roller coasters with wigs and lace fronts and just to be terrorized, like terrified, I mean. Like, come on, man. This girl looked like she was damn near passed out on this ride, and she woke up and said this. Y'all gotta check this out. Freaking hilarious.
What's wrong with my feet? Your eyes open. No, not hers.
Oh my God, dude. Don't go to the amusement park with a lace front or a wig and get on a damn ride. Oh my God. See, why even? Why?
My wig! My fucking wig!
She was damn near passed out on there and woke up. My wig!
How much shit cost? How much my wig costed? Oh no, Jake! Oh no! Buy my fucking wig! Look at this shit! No, on my edges! Oh my God! Where my wig behind me? Where my wig at? Oh my goodness!
This is better than the damn scaring part. All right, we are back. You there, John?
Yes, we are back.
Hey, what's up, Jay? The AFC podcast in the building. Okay.
Yeah, so I
what
was hoping that I was hoping that you could do an intro. You know, I would say 3 to 5 minute or however long a good intro would be. I usually use a 5-minute countdown clock whenever I start my lives and everything. And I said, I looked at a couple of things and I said, you know something, I'm not going to even go through all this mess. I know exactly who to ask. And I said, Miss V has got
came to the right place. And it's so funny that Jay is in here because he's the reason why I even started doing the editing, because he did my commercial for our my mom's face mask business. And when I seen that, I was like, I can do that. And I just taught myself and started my channel and all of that. So you came to the right place. All you got to do is send me some pictures. And let me know, the idea that you want. But I can set up. Are you on IG?
I can get on IG. Yes.
You don't have to. I can set up a Zoom meeting and send you the link, but I need to be able to send it to you somewhere. And we can talk about it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you have my email address, it's John Q, my name, 001.
You're not on Facebook?
Yep, I'm on Facebook too.
Yeah, I would rather send it to you through Facebook Messenger. I hate email.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I direct everybody to IG. It's lit. I gotta get you up here, Jay. I want to do your interview. But yes. Yes.
How you doing, Jay? AFC podcast in the house.
Yes. Have you ever heard of him, John?
I think I caught one of your lives with him. one afternoon, I guess you guys were, mixing it up and talking about different things and whatnot. And I had to run out at that time, but I do remember the name though.
Yeah, we've never done a show together, but he is dedicated to children and he has a great show. So check him out,
Okay.
guys. And Jay, drop your link. As a matter of fact, he's a moderator. Just drop your link, Jay. Okay, I'm
He's
back.
still at work. Jay said he's
You're
still at
at
work.
work?
Yeah.
Oh, you're at work? Okay. Very soon, sister. And thanks, John. I'm still at work. All right.
Yeah, I figured
Okay,
that.
so carry on, John.
Yeah, I figured that it would be something simple, but we'll discuss that at a different time because you have a live going on right now. But I just want to jump up and tap you on the shoulder about it.
So, what did you think about last night's live? Were
With
you in the
the
house?
interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, the 3 hours and 19 minutes was worth it. Every single minute.
So, what stood out to you the most? I mean, you already thinking what I'm thinking. So, what did you get out of it?
Well, I mean, from what I've covered on my live regarding the information that I shared, I did 1, 2, 3. I think I did 3 lives on this case to try to get a handle on what may have occurred on June 15th regarding Summer Wells. I think I really narrowed down some information that a lot of people can consider. And I'm still working on aspects of it now where I'm actually catching Candace lie to Chris during the course of the home walkthrough. She lied to him in his face before they actually went into the house. And it's at the 16.25 to 16.56 timestamp.
I gotta go watch a video on that because I wasn't. She kind of left out some words to me, and I did hear her when she said that she went in with the boys. She went in with the boys, but then she said that she went inside with the boys.
Right,
So
and that's the lie. That's the lie. No, you caught it. You caught it. You caught it right there. How could she be talking to the boys about watching Summer in the house when they're in the house, and then turn around, talk to Chris, and then she tells Chris that I went back in the house with the boys. I said, what did she say?
Right, but maybe she gonna try to clean it up like I went back in the house with the boys. That's where they not literally with her side by side, but with them while they're in the house.
Right.
And so that's why I was a little confused.
See, the key that they're forgetting, both Candace and Donald, is the 911 call. That is the key right there, because they both claim that they called 911. However, it appears to be Donald's call went into the 911 emergency call with dispatch because it states that the father advised. So it indicates that a male had called, and we'll have to take that male as being Donald, which leaves Candace out. Candace didn't make that call, as she said she did. So
why did she say that then? Why lie? That could be checked out.
Yeah, she went for a walk, according to dispatch. And when she came back, Summer was missing. It's key. It holds everything to the case right there. So now we know she's on the residence. She calls 911, allegedly calls 911, tells them she went for a walk. It also indicates that she left the property at that time. She wasn't on the property. She did leave that property. And I'm wondering if she took Summer with her and something happened.
Okay, but then on her first interview, what's the first thing she say? I don't go on walks, runs because of the bears, the snakes, and the coyotes.
Right. Exactly. So she flipped.
Her
She tried to
very
flip
first
the script
interview.
there. Hmm.
That,
Which
I don't know.
indicates
So
something happened. Something happened with her in her presence. Something happened.
So have you given your opinion? Like, what do you think?
I
Or do
think
you just
Candace.
put it out
Uh,
there for everybody else to think?
yeah, well, that's what I do. I want people to think. I want them to observe. I want them to have a focus on the materials and information that I put out there, and I want them to come to their own conclusions. I don't want to suggest something, and then it's, oh, John Q said it. And it's better to do it that way, because as Chris does his interviews, he's not saying, oh, Donald did it, or Candace did it, or Grandma did it, things of that nature. He's allowing his audience to make up their own mind as to the information that he's able to put out during the course of an interview, and let people decide. And a lot of people decided pretty much that the three of them are involved in something that they don't want us to know about, obviously. And I said on my platform, if it was an accident, just say it, because accidents happen.
That's why you know it wasn't an accident, because who wouldn't just admit to one? And I agree with you. Like, when you give your opinion, it sways your audience. So, but since you're not on your own show, I would
Yeah.
like to know what you think. And I want to address Unity Essential. Welcome. I welcome you to the show. Thank you for stopping through. And we are definitely talking about real life. It's a little girl named Summer Wells who is missing, 5 years old. It's been a couple months at this point. She went missing June 15th, and they're not ruling out any suspects. Everybody is suspect, including the parents. I mean, they're not putting it like that, but yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, including the folks that they congregate on Saturday or Sunday. They're involved in the case, so they're suspect too. Anyone who was ever on that property during the course of the month of June, maybe even the month of May, is also suspect. So, in my thoughts about it is that if something happened on the property while Candace and the grandmother was there, when they got back from the swimming hole and dropping Hunter off, that Candace left the property for some strange reason, and I believe she took Summer with her. And Lord knows that's where it goes dark. You don't know if the type of accident that did occur, if it did occur, what happened there, because that's where Candace decided to control a narrative to say that she just went missing, And for Donald to come home, straight home, whether he was on the property or not, but we have to follow the narrative so far, for him not to go to the house, but go directly to the shed right off of Beach Creek Road. And it's the shed that I speak about in the live, striking distance, in the line of sight, all puts together for me that the two of them colluded together regarding maybe an accident that happened to Summer, and they just wanted to switch up some words and just say that she went missing. That's my opinion.
I mean, but what type of accident? Like,
now, you can go in any direction with that, whether she was hit by Candace leaving and her coming out the basement door. She could have gotten behind Candace's truck and she didn't see it. Boom. That could have been the accident. She could have went out on her swing and got pushed by one of the boys so hard she went flying off the swing, up in midair, and came off the swing, falling down on her neck and broke her neck. I mean, there's so many different variables there.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's definitely got to be something that they're protecting somebody in that household.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody really close that they're protecting. But it's a couple things like, where's the grandmother? She's part of this, so why would she be allowed to go out of town?
Right. Especially during an active investigation. Yeah.
And she's also a part of the lie. So could she have turned over on them?
Possibly.
And being protected, maybe?
Possibly. That's why we don't hear anything from her. So that could possibly be a very strong area.
Very curious about that. And then what did you think about when he said, when he asked him about what do you want to happen to the person that might have did this?
Yeah, from Hunter's answer was the answer I wanted to hear, but he wanted to leave it to the Lord. He couldn't possibly do something, or, he'd rather not say. When he started working around his answer, it kind of gave a strong indication that, he could possibly be involved in something. I mean, that's how I took it.
I mean, how the heck?
His answer was, I've been to prison before, and I said, wait a minute, that's not an answer.
Right, like I can't do that. Like I barely made it out of there, or you could barely make it out. Okay, that's the point. If you did something to mine, I want the worst thing to happen to you. How do you answer that? You don't know what happened to your baby. You don't know the outcome. You don't know if she's dead or alive, and that's your response.
Yeah, that wasn't the right
who
answer.
is it? Do you know the person? Is it you? Is it somebody you love? Like, who else? What other reason would he say that? Because honestly, that's like a telltale sign. They asked that question for a reason.
Yeah, subliminally, he implicated himself.
Yes, the whole time. Every time he opened his mouth, he implemented himself.
Yeah, but he seems to like the attention. He's gotten the attention of a YouTube channel that is sided with him, wants to hear his side of the story, feels compassion and sympathy for him. And it's the wrong thing because, when we cover these cases, regardless on which they are, we don't know these people. We don't know any of them to be siding. To be really siding with someone, especially if they're child
But I'm a little
missing.
biased, John, because I automatically side with the victim.
Well, yeah, that is the key to having a case to begin with.
Yeah, I don't care about what they talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, like my father used to say, what you do speaks so loud, what you say I can't understand sometime.
Exactly, because you could say anything. Your actions is what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm. So with all of this, going on for a little over 2 months now, they're going to be getting back the forensics regarding the phone, cameras, locations they've been to, and they're going to be tying a lot of loose ends on that, because there were phone calls made before Donald got home officially, allegedly. During that time, he said it was 30 minutes that he was on the phone with Candace, talking to her through the messenger
right.
app that they used.
Got that part.
Yeah,
but she didn't call him back though. But you was on Messenger with her the whole time.
Yeah. So I just found that interesting that he said that, and for them to have had a good signal for the 30-minute drive that he took back was very interesting to listen to.
Oh yeah, it was a whole lot of things happening that normally don't happen. You know what I'm saying? And I pointed them out yesterday in the live. What normally don't happen, he normally don't drive her car. They normally don't get a good signal back and forth. The dogs is normally there, but they wasn't. It was a couple things that just, everything just lined up. You know what I'm saying? And it all worked for him.
Yeah, he doesn't normally drive the Subaru because he takes his truck to work. Little things that were shifted around that day outside of the norm. So I looked for the unnatural.
Summer normally don't go away from the property.
Exactly. Boundaries for summer.
But all of those things happened that day. Bullshit.
Yes, they did. And for the 3-hour gap in the timeline, that's what they're zeroing in on right now. Is what did you do for the 3 hours? Where were you for those 3 hours? Who did you call for those 3 hours? That's what they're looking to
Right.
fill
So,
in.
John, what is
Mhm.
the 3-hour loss? Like, because I didn't get deep enough to know that. I heard you talking about it, but I don't know anything about the lost hours. So, can you fill me in?
Yeah, the lost hours is what the TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, along with the Sheriff's Department, when they took their phones, had taken information off of their phones from 3:30 to 6:30. And so you have a 3-hour communication time gap of activities, communications that is, that they had that when they got those phones back, which is fairly quickly after that, was missing on the phones. That's what Donald said. The information on the phones, whether they be text messages or calls, were missing off the phone, apparently. And I'm not sure that happened.
I thought that it was some time gaps missing between Candace and Hunter's story.
During
I could be
during the
wrong.
course of
That's
the
what I
day,
thought. Huh?
during the course of the day, the whole day, or just the 3 hours?
Through the course of the day, I thought. I was confused on that, so I just didn't know.
Yeah, it did sound confusing at first, though. But once they got home, according to Candace's narrative, they dropped Hunter off and they went straight home. This would be about in the 3 o'clock area because of that photograph that was taken of Summer sitting in the back seat, or the video that was shot of her. That timestamp registered at 3:06 p.m. that afternoon. So you'd have to put them back home at about 3:15, 3:20, give or take, in that ballpark. Now, it only took 10 minutes for Summer, according to the news report, it only took 10 minutes for Summer to go missing. So if you're looking at the clock at 3:15, put in another 10 minutes, it takes you to 3:25. So between 3:25 and 6:30, that's the 3-hour time gap that's been created.
So at 6:30 is when she was reported missing?
Correct.
Okay.
That's when the 911 call was registered at 6:26. They registered the 911 call at the police department.
And the only time between there that they have accounted for is the planting of the flower thing?
That's now, here comes the narrative. This is Candace's narrative that filled in those 3 hours. And this is what we see during the interview
I've never heard that.
Chris,
Okay.
that Chris had with Candace at the house. That's why he wanted to know, what did you do? Walk me through. What did you do? Walk me through. What did you do? Then what did you do? Then what did you do after that? Then what did you do after that? So he was looking to fill in that 3-hour time gap.
But it never got filled in.
Right. Because there was, it was just so short. You know, you come home and the boys are there. They helped with the groceries back in the house. Summer came back out with me to go over to grandma's to do some flowers. We must have been out there for, I guess 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. Starting to use the Donald
I heard
answer.
45 minutes or something, because she was like, we're not really fast people,
Yeah, so she tried to fill in that time gap with that activity. And then what did you do? Oh, and then grandma gave, we washed our hands, and then grandma gave Summer a piece of candy. And then she wanted to go back in the house with her brothers. I walked her all the way to the front porch. I saw her go in, and I told them to watch Summer. I'll be right back because I'm going to go over to fix grandma's knee brace. And that was another, what did she say, 5 or 10 minutes there. So where's the 3 hours? Is a
I
whole
think
lot
she
more
said
time.
2 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's she threw the boys under the bus. Don threw the boys and her under the bus. So it's everybody's fault but the parents, which are the ones that's supposed to be in damn charge.
Right.
So how you doing,
bus.
Emma?
That's why the bus was broke down and sitting in the yard.
Emma said, really? I believe Hunter is involved and something dreadful happened when she was playing in the watering hole.
Okay, and a lot of people could read into that as well, but perhaps something did happen which started the chain reaction from that point for the rest of the afternoon. Did she go under the water? Was it more or up to 20 seconds? Was it more than 20 seconds? How did she get the little cut just above her right eye? That hasn't been explained.
Thank you, Emma Lou L. And I think this is your first time in here. Thank you. Please hit the subscribe and come often. I appreciate you. And then Cisco said Ellie has ping phone evidence coming soon. I was about to say, how long do you think that takes? It's been 2 months.
Yeah.
And do you believe that their phones was given back? Because Chris and Steve don't.
According to what Donald said on Chris's interview, they did get the phones back fairly quickly. If you listen for that part regarding the phones.
Well, why would they give them the phones back? I mean, they according to them, they're the cops. They said that they should be in the evidence room.
Right. The information off the phones was taken into evidence, but the physical phone was given back.
Oh,
that's
okay,
that's according to what Donald said.
The phone ain't supposed to be given back. That's how I took what they were saying.
Yeah. So it's the information on the phones regarding the times, the texts, the calls, things of that nature that was taken into evidence.
So yeah, I wanna set up something with you, John. I don't know what, but something.
Yeah, we can set something up and do a special live.
I'm down.
Yeah.
And man, it's been almost 4 hours. It's been 3 hours and something. I gotta get off here. I'm about to go to bed. Look, it's 6:15. I'm an old lady, y'all. I gotta go to bed.
Well, you've been working this afternoon, and I appreciate you letting me jump up here just to touch base with you and your wonderful team of subscribers that hold on and hang on to you and show you love and support and everything. You're doing the magic work of bringing awareness to not only this case but the many other different stories that you do cover. So much love goes out to you, Miss V, for doing that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'm still like a little, I guess I don't seem like I'm uncomfortable, but it's just doing it, like the initial starting the live. I always kind of shy away from it, and I'm just like feeling like I'm on a good roll at the same time. So I haven't been really doing my uploads because this is more my challenge. So because I hit a year, July 15th, I'm turning it up. And then when I hit 2K, I'm going to really push my other channel and get that out there.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm close. I think I'm probably like 40 away or something like that.
Right. Well, your numbers are going to continue to go up. I mean, you do great videos, and you can use one of your video pieces to actually do a live. It could be one piece on Summer Wells, or it could be the boys, and then open it up for discussion.
Yeah, you're going to have to explain to me more what you're talking about. But I have a lot of ideas that I haven't done yet. And I'm just waiting on a 2K because every time I have something different, a new monument climbed, I guess, I don't know, that I just want to do something different. You know,
Yeah.
I got a lot of
Well,
ideas. I'm the ideal person everywhere I go. So I'm like, I might as well do it for myself.
yeah. Well, that happens when you are in the creative thinking stage. You've got so
Mm.
many different ideas that you can't put your finger on just one, because another one pops up, or another one pops up, and another one pops up. So you write them down and start checking off the ideas, do them one at a time at your time pace.
Yep, and that's kind of what I'm doing, just little by little. But I got tons and tons, and none of it feels like work. So Cisco said, but Don said they didn't look into the phones once given back until later, and then found missing timeline, if I
Yes.
remember correctly.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Cisco
So,
be on it.
yeah. So, and it's good because when you listen for specific pieces of evidence, especially coming from the suspect, you want to listen carefully. And Donald had mentioned that they did get the phones back. However, they waited about a week and a half before they noticed that there was missing information off the phones. And I find that quite
Yeah, that was
suspect.
that BS. You know, they went right to them phones to see what did they do? What did they take? Oh, as a matter of fact, what did they see? You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
did I forget? So because I don't delete nothing out of my phone. I got messages from, and I had the same phone number forever. So, but no,
Right.
I do change phones. But I mean, as long as I've had this phone, like certain things just never get deleted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should
So.
start deleting it. I'm gonna just put that on record just in case.
Well, because most people would have security phone pin or a swiping lock on their phone so no one can get into the phone, and then they feel secure that, regardless, even if I left my phone at somebody's house or I dropped my phone somewhere, no one can get into it anyway without the security code to it.
Cisco, what you talking about? Can people learn about this stuff from college? What, common sense? I was just thinking the other day, like common sense can't be taught. I would take common sense over book smart only because you can learn book smart, but common sense can't be taught. You just got to be born with that. And I got a lot of it, y'all. I do. I think all the content creators got a lot of common sense. That's why they started a channel for crime. It's right there in your face. So.
And the funny thing about it is that I was not going to touch the Summer Wells case at all. I was working on the Cash Gunning case. Mm-hmm. I was working on the Cash Gunning case, getting into it, and I got a bunch of emails that came in and said, John, you need to look at the Summer Wells case. There's a lot going on here. And I started following it when they did the massive search, EquiSearch did the massive search for 13 days. And I was still working on the Cash Gunning case at the same time. And I said, well, let me take a peek at maybe a couple of pieces of information on here that, because I had questions too about how she went missing. So that took me on what I presented on my channel in regards to how did she go missing if she was at home? That was the question that led me to do the lives that I did.
Especially when she said 2 minutes and they got all that property and you got the grandmother's camper right outside the door. How the heck somebody take her within 2 minutes and
Right.
get off the property, nowhere to be seen, no dog? Come on.
Yeah. And that's why I had entitled the titles of the lives in the line of sight. And you have to take a look at certain things to say, okay, how could a child 5 years old on an 11-acre property, during the day, go missing with adults on the property and brothers on the property? So I started taking a look at the house.
And you know what? Emma Lou said, it's got to be an inside job. Excuse my choice words. But with all those dogs around, no strangers would have been able to pull this off. And I mean, I had the comment up, but I hadn't read it. But I already said that. Yes, exactly. That's what I've been saying from the beginning, forgetting about the dispatch call when Donald, the 911 call, dispatch was told that the mother had went on a run, advised by the father.
Right. Exactly. The mother went on a run. That means an errand. That means she left the property. So where does she go?
Exactly. But can't they track her car?
Depending on how old the truck is, could have been she said she jumped in her mother's car when she left the property to go look for Summer. So if there's a GPS device in that truck, I'm sure that they took the information from that system along with the Subaru and all the other vehicles that they have.
But the mother would have to know that. See, the mother would have to be a part of the lie. And I heard this somewhere because allegedly Hunter usually go with his dad or something like that, and he wasn't allowed to go. So why was the grandmother allowed to go? Unless she's in like protective custody. Do that sound like it would make sense? Like, I don't know.
Well, if she left to go back to Wisconsin or North Carolina,
I heard Wisconsin,
Florida, or, anywhere, Bermuda, the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, wherever she is.
During an open investigation.
Yeah, during an open investigation, she wanted to distance herself from that location. That would be a fact on the table. She is not there. Why would you leave during an open investigation? Your granddaughter's missing, and I'm sure that had impacted her because obviously, years ago, her daughter went missing. Candy's sister went missing. So I'm sure that reignited those memories and those emotions in her mind. Yeah, at that time. So she didn't want to be overstressed or overburdened with feeling that way. So she obviously packed up and left.
Yeah, but why would it be allowed? It's an open investigation. Ain't no suspects off the table.
Right. Well, I'm sure
so did she leave or is she being protected?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Do you think makes sense?
Yeah, I'm sure that the FBI, since they're involved in this, and it's a federal case, regardless on where she goes, they can get her. They can pick her up. They need her to come back to answer any questions or have any re-questioning done to any of them. They can get to them. They can get to them.
Yeah, they know where she at, but still. She must be on their side to be able to leave, is what I'm saying. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Because I hope that this case, I hope they find Summer and find out what happened to this baby. And they have a lot of trenches and stuff. Like she could have fell inside. Like right around the time that this happened, there was an elderly person that went missing. And they end up finding him like in the ground or something like that. You heard about that?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
an elderly person.
Some places have like cracks in the ground that people could fall in, and they found this man in there. I forgot what they call it, but yeah.
Yeah, if you remember when Chris visited the house and he got out of the truck with the dogs barking, he cuts to the left and goes where the camper is to look at the foliage in the forest. And he tells us that where he was standing, that area just drops all the way down into the ravine area that goes to the creek. I mean, it is a sudden drop. I was thinking that perhaps Summer was running around, and got too close to the edge to that, took a slip, or maybe lost her footing, fell down that ravine area and possibly hit her head on a tree
Safe
going
travels,
down.
45 said about the board listening to, I Can't No More. Thank you for your support. Safe travels. We're praying for you. eventually everybody gonna have to be vaccinated to be able to travel. But I'm sorry, John. I just wanted to say that to her.
Yeah. So that's a possible accident there.
Okay, but that's an accident that you could admit to. Unless you're worried about, I mean, even if you're right, it could have been any accident. And then,
Mhm.
if somebody is found deceased, of course, they're going to do all kind of examinations and find things.
Right.
So it could be something like that.
That'll automatically involve CPS because of the other three boys.
Yeah. And then, if they examine her body and find some type of essay going on, then that would open up a whole new can of worms. So
Right. And that's
you're
why it's so important to find Summers wherever she is
right.
because of the clothes that she was wearing in the car.
Mm-hmm. Are they saying those were the last clothes she was? Oh, they said a pink shirt and gray sweatpants or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, GP? Welcome.
Hello,
Yeah.
45C Pete.
Oh, wow. If they were high or drunk. Thank you. I'm fully. Yeah. I'm scared of it. I ain't gonna even lie.
Well, you have to factor in too. I
I
mean,
don't like it.
Candace did stop at the CBD store.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's sure.
You know, if she drinks and smokes at night, that's her tonic to go to sleep.
But she didn't drink that tea because she had to drive.
Right, according to Hunter. Correct.
Like, man, please. And she went in and bought one tea for somebody else, but he asked for it, so she gave it to him. That don't even make sense.
Right,
But
a
then she said
15-year-old.
it's just ridiculous. That's why I'm like, how can y'all even defend these people when they story didn't change so many times? What's up, Just Star? Welcome. We about to get out of here. It was 2. It was 2 until I got it. How you doing today, MTGV? I'm doing good. I've been on here for almost 4 hours. I hope y'all watch the replay or at least a little bit. Support me. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you do. I need more men. I have I think I said 83% women and 17% men. I need it to be 50-50.
Yeah, we all have to work on that 50-50.
What you got?
The
got all
majority,
women too?
yeah, the majority of the people who come to visit me on my channel, the large majority are women.
Why do you think that is? Now, somebody said the other day, they was like, it's probably because men don't want to cry.
Men don't want to cry?
Yeah, this crime is sad that we talk about.
Okay.
And a lot of men shy away from it.
Well, I know Chris Thorne on his show, he does pretty good. Also having a high percentage of women on his channel. So, and then again, I'm looking at women having channel. They should have more men in the chat, but it all depends on interest, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They like what they like. But post somebody twerking, they all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
All over the place.
That nonsense. But Emma, the interview room is the name of the channel that is the source of the video I've been playing, and it's actually in my description box. But also, Cisco, if you could post the link, because some people don't know what a description box is, can you post the link to the interview room? And that's where all the juice is at, y'all. And John Q channel, because he make you think, and mine. So make sure y'all subscribe to all of us. How's that? Females are more sensitive and interested in stuff like this. Yeah, because we're nurturers, you know. But men care too. A lot of them. You know, it's several men content creators, but you know, AFC podcast, John Q. There's 2 men right there.
And that's a good place to start.
Yes. So y'all gotta recruit more men.
Yeah, we got to find them first. Gotta
So the
find them
old professor
first.
said, I have men, in my humble opinion, men build men for things to get done. Men need to build with men. Okay. But yeah, that's good. I love that. Men building with men, because y'all can relate. Y'all have some of the same experiences. But when it comes to crime, us women, we can fill y'all in on that. When it comes to nurturing, we can help y'all,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree with that.
yes. So thank you so much, John, for coming up. I am going to set up the Zoom meeting. When are you free? When is a good time?
Ooh, I'm looking at
That's the question.
possibly some time coming up, but you don't do email. But hit me up on Facebook, like you said you could do. Just type in John Q, just the way my name is, and you'll pull up my page because I'm the only John Q there, just like John Q on YouTube. And you'll see my my page, my face, my grandson. We're both up on there, and then you can hit me up through there, and you can send me a friend request. And as soon as I see it, I'll make sure I let you in.
Now I'm under a different name, but when you see it, you know.
Okay.
I'm about to do it when I end this live, so you will know it's me.
Okay, and then I can check on it as soon as I get back.
Okay, and then just message me your availability, and we'll go from there.
Gotcha.
All right. Thanks again for coming up.
Yes, thank you for having me, and thank everyone in the chat for allowing me to join Miss V and just share with you a little bit about our ideas regarding this terrible case regarding Summer Wells. Until then, everybody, be well and stay blessed with Godspeed. I'll catch you all later.
Peace. All right, guys. So I am going to get out of here. We are at 3 hours and 53 minutes and 9 seconds. Yeah. So thank you, guys. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up the video. My links for my IG is in the description box and in the chat. So just connect with me everywhere, guys. I am Miss V, crime reporter, website promoter. If you are interested in showcasing your website, hit me up in my DM on IG, and we can discuss all the details of showcasing your business, doing a commercial, and running it on my show for a couple of months, as well as promoting you on other social media sites. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, DM me right now and type in the comments, I am interested. And let's talk. Let's talk about your business. Let's showcase your business.